Okay, and we are live with Crusader Kings. One of the first, amongst the first streams I did were on Crusader Kings, as I was doing some achievement runs. We played as like a tribal government person, a tribal kingdom, the feudal kingdom. When the Royal Court DLC came out, we played as a clan government, though those have gotten some overhauls, so it's not going to be exactly the same. And now, there's been a lot more DLCs that came out. Let me see in my list here. We have, after the one that we want to play with today is All Under Heaven, which adds the pretty much all of East Asia to the map, and their government types. So the Celestial Government, aka the Chinese government, the meritocratic government, aka all the Chinese vassal or Chinese knockoffs governments, the Mandala government, which are actually, you know what? We can just open the map and check them out. Anyway, let's check the other DLCs that came out since I last played the game on stream. We had a Road to Power DLC, which both added landless gameplay as an adventurer, and the administrative government from the Byzantines, and had a bunch of flavor packs for the Byzantine. Tours and Tournament, were we there? Let me see, when was the World Court? Okay, so World Court was the last one we played on stream. Oh, I guess Uh-oh. I may have made a critical mistake. The Steps DLC, which adds step special government events mode of stuff, which I wanted to play with, I may have forgotten to get it. I don't have all the DLCs, meaning all the cosmetic DLCs don't have them. Crowns DLCs, Coronations don't have them. But the rest is fine. Okay, well, give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and do some shopping. Give me a second. Okay, well, that's purchased. So let's give it a bit of time to install. In the meanwhile, let's talk about what we actually want to do today. We won't be checking out all the DLCs, because I don't wanna. Though I will do a bit of a recap on them, because might as well. So, let me think. Today, well, at least the goal of this series, this, playthrough, this run, is to start in Europe. Probably as a tribal, probably as the Norse. Well, we'll see what started we take. But start in Europe, make our way across the world. We'll stop by the Byzantines to have some vacation over there. We'll stop by the steppes to see what it's like. And we'll end up in, hopefully, China, where we're going to do all the achievements for just rising the ladder of the Chinese government. Basically. That's the goal. It's probably going to take multiple lifetimes, I'm going to guess. Since we will be having to change multiple governments and travel halfway across the world. Well, halfway. Actually, all across the world, basically. So, yeah. Let me see if we have our stuff all installed. I hope so. We'll see. So, once we get the map on screen, I'll be able to more easily talk about all the stuff that was added to the game, as we can just go move around the regions and talk about all the things that were added. Crusader execute, no CDDA stream. Of course not. Didn't I say I was gonna do a CDDA stream when there was a next stable release? I feel like that's what I said, if I remember right. Anyway, I'm not in the mood to play CDDA. You need a very specific mood to play that game. Otherwise, it kind of just becomes obnoxious. I'm gonna be honest. It's very good and very fun, but it's also very tedious and complicated. So yeah. Anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah. So we're pretty much just going to basically the end point of our stream, of our run, of our characters. I don't know, of our playthrough, whatever you want to call it, is going to be hopefully at the top of the ladder in China, whatever that looks like, because I haven't, I've never played that around there before, and the DLC just got released, so I'm not sure how it's going to work, but we'll figure it out, probably. What is for sure is that we're going to have to travel a lot, which means we'll be playing as an adventurer, a landless person. Experimental builds are pretty stable, so no reason to wait. Yes, there is a reason to wait. It has to have all of the when the next stable release gets released. It's not for the actual stable, it's not for the stability, but for all the features to be, let's say, all released together. So, for example, if I was to play halfway through an experimental build, there could be like a mechanic that makes it so your character needs to switch to an NPC for some reason. But the actual switching to the NPC mechanic hasn't been implemented yet, so you have like a halfway implemented thing in the game, which can be, you can extrapolate that to anything really. But that's fine. That's a different game. Today on Crusader King Street, hopefully we can pick up some other achievements on the way, but we're just going to do that. We're just going to be focusing on doing some stuff in the Chinese places. We're also traveling through the steppes and the Byzantine region, starting from Western Europe, basically. I'm not going to be traveling and visiting all of the places, try out all the governments, though maybe we'll take some vacation over in the Arab world for some clan government gameplay. I don't know, we'll see. Because the last time I played a clan government on the streams, it was before they got an overhaul that added a bunch of stuff like tax collectors, and I guess that's it, just tax collectors. Anyway, that isn't actually possible to happen because they don't just have half features like that. It's more like a group of features for a direction, but whatever. Where was I going? Oh yeah. So let me get the game on stream. Boop. Let me see. Is the Steps DLC enabled this time around? Yes. Yay. Money wins. So, let's start a new game. We'll have the map on screen, so it'll be easier to talk about. Ooh! Oh yeah, there's new scenarios now. What date do we pick? Oh, and also there's Japan here. Okay, so honestly, my knowledge of Chinese history is next to zero. But I do have at least some grounding of Japanese history. Let me see, can I recognize this period? Fujiwara. Dang it, I can't say it. Whatever, I know this period is the Fujiwara period. The very influential family that pretty much took over the entire imperial court's positions. Which meant that for the other imperial noble families, their hopes were to get some positions in the not imperial court. Which led to the rise of ancestral holdings. And samurais and stuff. Anyway, where was I going? China. The Central Plains. I mean, honestly, if you talk to me about the invasion from the steppes, that's like every 100 years. Until like the 1600s, there's always been one or other steppe horde that was invading places. Anything about history besides Europe and America? Okay, well that's good to know. Maybe we'll be learning together some stuff. Anyway, let's see. China lies asunder, the son of heaven was there. That's okay. So that's a bunch of. I don't know anything about this. The Song Dynasty. Okay, so I do know a bit about that because I've been doing some research. Out of the ruins of the Tang dynasty, which was the previous dynasty, which was considered like the golden age of imperial China, the high point, the high mark of peace, stability, art, that kind of stuff. Problem is they had some trouble, which led to the rise of military governors, and then they got overthrown, and now we have the Song dynasty. Basically. Anyway, okay, so so in 1066 I have an idea. In Japan is the Fujiwara period, so they have the Fujiwara family who pretty much controls all of the imperial court. In China is the beginning, I think is the beginning of the Song dynasty. And over in Europe we have the war for England between the three kings, the Iberian Reconquista that's about to begin. Yeah, let's go in with this start date. Okay, we'll pick a ruler. So let's go around the map and see what's going on before we start the game, so we have an idea. And also I'll talk about all the DLC that were added to the game that we may or may not have played. And we'll try and plan out a route that we're gonna take. Okay, so here's the entire available map. We have Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and oh, I think Africa's bigger. No, maybe it's the same. Zanzibar. I don't remember Zanzibar being in the game. I feel like Africa got a bit of an expansion too. Anyway, let's start over here. So in 1066, the heirs of Charlemagne, which was from like 100 years ago, have made some stable kingdoms with the Holy Roman Empire, which is basically Germany, which actually looks like this. We have the HRE, which is a gajillion little countries that expands a bit into Italy. France, which is France. It just is France. Over here in England, there's about to be a three-way war between the King of England, Harold, the Duke William of Normandy, who also has a claim for the throne, and over here, King Harold of Norway, who also has a claim to the throne, so there'll be a three-way war. Also, King Harold's invasion of England is considered to be the last of the Vikings, the last of the Viking Age, the last Viking thing. You can see he's Catholic, as Catholicism has been spread around the Northern Europe bits. What do you even do in this game? Ah, that's a good question. This is called a grand strategy game. There's multiple like facets to this. In this game, we play as one person. So, for example, if I were to play as this person, if I was to play as King Harold of Norway, I'd be playing, you know, that actual person. We'd be having to fight for our claim for England, invading the place and trying to defeat the two other kings, and we'd be ruling the place as our. So we have to get married, get our heir up to speed, manage our court and our vassals, that kind of stuff. It's historically accurate medieval RTS. Basically, yes. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was going to go around the map and see what's going on. So the Northern Europe got a DLC for the Viking Age. So now that this is the last of the Viking Age, it's, you know, pretty much gone away, but they still have some unique stuff. Like their culture is special. That's about it. Let's go over here in Iberia, aka Spain, but that doesn't exist yet. But it is that. So far it is execute approved. Okay, so in not Spain yet, there's currently the Reconquista that's about to happen. As you can see down there, that's the Muslim land. Over here, that's the Christian land. There's a special DLC for this place that got added that made this like a very special region to play in, because other powers, external powers, have a hard time influencing the region. So it's like a self-contained, I don't know, like a self-contained map where you have to fight or try and get dominance over the other regions, over the other people. If we head on over to the Byzantine Empire, aka the Eastern Romans, aka the Greeks, they also got a DLC recently that added the administrative government, aka they're not like these feudal realms where you have a king and a duke and a count and vassals and contracts. Here you have like a government, you know, like in the real world, like a government where you have to get a government job. and you can become a governor, and you can be like a governor for, I don't know, like 20 years, and then you have to resign, and then you have to go back to the capital and be another administrator, that kind of stuff. And they're also Orthodox Christian, and they're also Greek, and they're also Roman-ish, kind of, maybe. Next, over here, in the Middle East, we got two dominant kingdoms, the Seljuk Turks? I'm not sure. Anyway, the Seljuks and the Fatimid Egypt region, they're both clan governments, which are they're basically the same as feudal realms, except they can have special tax collectors. And also people really like or dislike you more than in the other realms. They're like very extreme in their relationships, their personal relationships. Now we head over to Central Asia. We have here the Cuman horde. That's the current horde that's ruling the steppes. As all throughout history, the steppes of Central Asia were the domain of hordes, horse nomads, as they would rise and fall, and sometimes spill over to other nations, trying to conquer them. The Cumans are the current ones. There's gonna be more, there's gonna be less, whatever. We have India over here. I don't think it's got any special... It's been in the game since the beginning, but I don't think it's got any special... Apart from the fact that they have really cool religions, like pacifist religions, or, I don't know, poetry religions. Nothing very special going on in India. Then we head on over to China. This one has this new... That's the thing that was added, a new government, the Celestial Government. It's just like the Byzantines, where you have to have a government job. You're not like an actual, the count of a region with a castle. You're like a government guy who has to pass exams for the government to get a position. But I can't really talk more about that because I don't know, because I never played that region before, so I don't know. Then we got Japan over there, which is the Ritsuryo government. So it's like, once again, it's another administrative government, but this time you have like a power struggle. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at all these counties. Oh my god. Look at all these counties. Look, if I zoom in on China, look at that. They only have like, I don't know, 20 titles. If I zoom in on Japan, they have 1 gajillion titles. Oh my god. Okay, I can see what the difference is. I guess the difference is there can't be duchies or kingdoms, only counties. So you have 1 majillion, bajillion, gazillion rulers. Anyway, let's play the game. Here's the plan. I'm gonna start in Northern Europe as one of the last tribal Vikings. We're going to immediately become an adventurer, travel down, make our way from here all the way to the Byzantine Empire, try and become a government person so we can play around in that region for a bit. Then when I get tired, I'm gonna move to the steppes, try and become a steppe person lord. I don't know how that's gonna. I don't know how that's gonna work because I've never played around this region before. A nomadic realm. I don't know. We'll see. And once we're tired of that, we'll try and invade our way to China, and just do a small jump and become a Chinese government official. And we might take some vacations in Japan. We'll see. And this is gonna take like multiple lifetimes. I'm gonna guess multiple characters. So let's get started. Let me see if I want to play around here. Can I make my adventurer? Yes. So we won't be this random guy. Actually, no. No, let's be this random guy. I don't want to go through the trouble of creating my own character. Okay, so we're gonna be Chieftain Tord of Angermeland, who is a forgiving, lazy, and calm person. As you can see, forgiving here is a sin to the Viking religion because they are... the Viking religion, they are warmongers. So they don't... When you're at peace, you get a debuff because people don't like being at peace. And being forgiving is a sin. Okay, let's play this guy. Let's go. In 1066. So you can see a bunch of stuff, which is not gonna matter to us. Actually, you know what? Let's do a bit of management. Before we abandon our lands and become a random adventurer, let's use the fact that we're a landed count to get a spouse, because when you're an adventurer, it's hard to get married. Okay, can I be married to someone who will help us in stats? Why are you guys all delicate? They're all inbred. Why? You're fine. No, you're too old. Dang it. What if I marry some kind of princess or something? Nope, won't work. What if I marry you? Ingriffid Tuxder Varending. You know what? No. We're not gonna be marrying some random person because once we move down to, like, the Byzantine region, we can marry a Greek person and become Greek. Or something. I don't remember how that works, but yeah. We can marry somebody of another culture and try and transfer cultures or something. Maybe, kind of. Though if we become another culture, it's gonna be... Actually, no, we won't. We don't want that. As long as we're Swedish, because our culture has special cultural thingies, we can always become an adventurer whenever we want. Which is what we're gonna need if we want to travel from the Byzantines to the steppes to China. We're gonna have to become an adventurers multiple times. Okay, so we won't be... Okay, never mind then. Whatever. That's too much management. Become an adventurer, please. So we're gonna give up our lands, and it's gonna become passed down to a random person because we don't have an heir, or a family, or anything. We're gonna gain some prestige. We're gonna gain stress because we're lazy, and that's not what a lazy person does. And we get a bunch of voluntary adventure. This character has left behind their old realm to carve out a new place in the world. Oh, because of my culture, people like adventurers, so they're gonna like us for a bit. Boom! Beyond Engamerland. At last I cast off the trappings, petty responsibilities, and daily drudgeries of my life in Engamerland and pitch camp in the open taiga. I am joined by my most trusted servants and followers, with varying degrees of enthusiasms for their new lives in the wilds. In my place, Anud, a local potentate, I don't know what that means, has been chosen by the nobility to rule over my old realm. It doesn't matter, we're never going to see this place again. Presumably. Oh, look at that. Okay, so all my stats are a bit hidden by this, whatever these counters are. I guess I'm going to have to try and figure out how to get these FPS counters out of my screen, but that's fine. Okay, now we can start managing our camp. What do we have? No player heir. Okay, so if I die, our dynasty is going to end. Available camp purpose. We can choose what our camp is going to be for. Swords for hire, scholars, freebooters, explorers. Let's go with... We're playing this right now, great game. Yay! Also, hello. Wanderers. Let's go with explorers, I'm gonna say. Yes. So we can have more diplomacy and intrigue contracts. And we can travel more. And we can use the sea more. So that's good for traveling, which is what we want to do. Next. Whatever, I can do anything about that. Let's start moving, I think. Move camp, please. Wait, no. How do I do that again? I started traveling. Okay, give me a second. Oh, and I lost honor. I'm now a disgraced person. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. We'll be fine. I just got some honor for becoming an adventurer anyway. Some prestige, excuse me. Same thing. Okay, we can take some contracts. Let's try our hands at some contracts. Let's see. Escort emissary, regale court. What are our stats? Ooh, 427, kind of old. Ooh, we're a good diplomat. Good. Okay, and let me go ahead and choose a focus or not. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna be a diplomat. In this case, let's try and regale a court. Speaker of Helgumer and worldly affairs and known reward. All with tales to tell are cordially invited to enjoy the hospitality of the Count of Helmgum. Okay. Here we can focus on what our scheme is going to look like. So we can either focus on getting success, getting speed. If we choose speed, we're going to be done here faster. Or we can just try and do a balanced scheme. Doesn't really matter because we don't have people with us in our camp right now. Do it. Doggy why? Yeah, we have no one to help us. So it's gonna take a while. In fact, you know what? I don't think I should be here. Okay, you keep working on... Actually, you know what? We can focus on adventuring, actually. Nah, we won't be an adventurer for forever. Let's focus on diplomacy. So we should try to recruit some people to our court if we can, because if we get more people in our camp, we can ask them for help whenever we have a event like this. Map painting. There's something therapeutic about cartography. Taking pen and brush to canvas, watching the curves and contours of the region come alive, seeing the world from a whole new perspective. It's simply a pleasant exercise, one that I find taking up many of my idle evenings of late. This newest may be my greatest creation yet, a complete illustrated and annotated chart of Norway. I can try and make a map, but I'm gonna gain stress. Try it. Hey, we got a map. Excuse me? Gives me more diplomacy and learning, because we look smarty-pantsy with our new map. The roads we walk. The path ahead stretches on and on, a lonely, winding thread twining towards the distant horizon. My camp is quiet, just a few scattered tents and pack animals, yawning in the breeze. Strangers and hangers-on rise for the day, preparing for their morning chores with reluctance. Most are the miscellaneous shaft that flit in and out of my groups on the road with each new settlement. Few faces catch my eyes as ones I recognize, at least in more than passing. Oh, we can choose some followers. Let's go with diplomats. Lena and Hassa. Boop. And now we can join them in our scheme. Yes. I want you guys to be for speed. Please. Get in there. Yeah, speed. So we can be done here faster. We're only gonna get a 40% chance of success, but that's fine because I don't really plan on succeeding, if I'm gonna be honest. We're just here for the training and trying to get some new people. Dinner at Count Flynn's court is an ideal time to impress his courtiers with my dashing escapades. The happier they are, the fatter my purse is likely to be. Of course, this calls less for subtle wit and more for stories of grand endeavors, replete with heroism and villainy, accuracy or otherwise. Oh well, because we're dishonored, we can try this. Oh wait, no. Because we're dishonored, we don't have a good chance of trying this out. Never mind. They can try a diplomacy check, intrigue check, or try and lose some stress. Try that. Hey, my deeds are charming. They love me now. Wait, the Count kind of hates my guts. Why is that? Oh, because he's Christian and I'm a Satru. He's Christian and I'm a Viking. Can I try and convert to his religion? What to become Christian? What would I need to do? Let's see. Can pay a bunch of piety for that. Maybe we can try and marry a Christian lady and have them convert me. Pitying Calvin. Life in close quarters tends to magnify relationships, good and bad. Fortunately for Asa and Helena, their common interest in being as rough to others as they feel life has been to them has proven to be a strong bonding agent. The two laughing and joking together at camp and riding alongside one another on the roads become an increasingly common sight. Encourage the friendship, good for them, and encourage it. Ha! Yeah, it worked. So in a couple of days we'll have the maximum possible success chance, which is not that much. Okay, one more month and then we'll try and finish this thing. We're probably going to be failing, but that's fine because we still have supplies for a bit. Being an adventurer means we have travel supplies. As we travel around, we're going to be eating through our supplies, so we want to at least get some successful contracts so we can replenish our supplies. Okay. Let's try and conclude this. Hey, success! I gain some prestige. He becomes my patron, so I can ask a favor of him. Oh, we have a legacy of Eketra. Don't know what that is. We gain some provision and he likes me now. Finn's courtiers have practically swooned over my party and I these past months. Day after day, night after night, we fill their heads with fantastical stories and our bellies with rich fare, leaving a good count more than satisfied with our performance. All good things must come to an end, and it's best for us to leave on a high note. Time to go. Okay, I can ask him for something. Pause. Can you give me a feast? No. A contract? Sure. Give me a contract, please. A transport contract. A noble lady of the count needs protection from bandits. Sure. Greetings, adventurer. Many are the roads of this world and treacherous. If you'll work for Helgrim, my liege, I would pay respect for you. I, the Countess of Helgrim, am a most loyal servant of the Count. In his words, I must carry to the halls of King Haraldr of Norway. Alright. Let's travel to Norway. This place sucks and it's hard to travel. The taiga is dangerous. Can I get something? Oh, so scout for talent on the way so we can get more recruits. I need a caravan master. You'll do. Better than nothing. What can reduce the danger of taigas? Aha! A wilderness kit. Okay. That should help. And over there they have mountains? Yeah, well, whatever. It's gonna take 3 months to travel this way. Let's go. And eats a lot of my supplies. But, what can you do? Ooh! A waiting follower. I come across a man passing through Rafunda. He is agreeable and folds his arm as I approach. This guy. Ooh, he's a good warrior. Greetings, my name is Halffound. I oversee the loading of carts at the Rafunda market for years. I have organized dozens of farmhands at the local mills. Yes, what haven't I done? My skills could serve you well. Shall we discuss payment? I can pay him in provisions or in money. Oh, yeah, no. Pay him. And now we're in debt. How much did this contract pay? Oh god. How much do you pay? Okay, it's fine. We'll get some money once we're done. The Pilgrims of Prendemir. As we sit by the campfire after a long day, a group of travelers approaches us in the dark. They look like a gaggle of lost pilgrims, led by a haggard-looking man. Despite my first impression, I notice they are all carrying valuables of some kind or another. Please, my lord, can we please be allowed to rest by your campfire? We've been through a long journey. I can get some prestige. I can get guiding pilgrims. Less speed, more safety. I can rob them and become a bandit. Nah, it's fine. We don't need that much money. We're about to make some. Delivering a message to the King of Norway. Oh, long after night has settled, I find myself laughing, telling stories, and drinking with my caravan master Asa and my champion Halfdan. I didn't know she had it in her, but Asa ends up telling a particularly ribald story about 4 peasants she had seen in Understria. Drying my eyes from the laughter and drinking a bit to clear my throat, I will. Well, eventually, we're gonna have these events replay, so I won't reread them. But it's good to know them for now. Diplomacy, sure. Not impressed. Dang it. Sickness in the herd. There's no two ways about it. Whether from weather, terrain, overloading, or simple bad luck, some madness has gotten into the camp's pack animals. They moan, they bray, they walk, but it's all growing slower and more sluggish by the hour, never mind the day. So the horses have clear fevers, and one of the older mules looks ready to die, a dire threat if it spreads any further. We don't have good learning, so we can't try and cure them. Marshal, nope. Pray. Pray. Disease contains itself naturally. Okay, 5% less travel speed, that's fine. Passing through a back alley in Anne, I see a lonely child and his dog sitting in a corner behind a small wall. Here you go, Valor, he tells us as he hands him a small piece of bread, keeping none for himself. Looking at the two, clearly the dog has been taken much better care of than its owner. The kid must be giving it everything he can find. Here's some food. Uh-oh. Jager's Serpent. As we head towards Predem here, we stop in our tracks for a short break. Many adventurers forth to look for a source of food or water, while others rest in the shade of the trees. I observe Asa foraging the underbrush, but all of a sudden she jumps back with a cry. She's been bitten by a viper. Eventually the serpent releases its fangs from her flesh, but it's clear that the venom is taking his soul. They might die. I can try and pay somebody to help them, but no, we don't have any money. I can give them... Oof! I can delay the journey to a month. No, we don't have time to wait. Maybe they'll die. A follower's heart. Leader Tord, my leader. I have met the most gorgeous woman in Anne. My champion stumbles as he addresses me. Oh god. Her family will not let us marry without me paying a sizable dowry. But you're rich. Oh yeah, he has the money. Pay it. Whatever. Get married, I don't care. We should get married too, eventually. But because we're kind of landless, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to do. Yeah, only people in my camp might be... Oh, wait. Canada's stout. They have a good gene. They're smart. They're strong. Amazonian. I might marry them. Oh, we'll try and... Oh, wait, and they're Catholic, too. Danger treacherous slopes. As we travel to Stordnan, I take in the beautiful view from the mountainside. When I steal my eyes away to focus back on the stony path ahead, I realize that we have been surrounded by a group of ruffians. A fearsome man, presumably their leader, steps in front of the caravan. Passing through these mountains will cost you. Don't care who you are. Anyone passing through my mountains pays. Let's start and talk it out. Dang it, we lost more money. We'll try and get married to... was it Elena? Once we get there. Escorted. I'm brought before the King Harold himself. You've come at my acquaintance Count Finn's behest, no? On what business? Countess Frederius of Helgum steps forward. Worthy King Harold, I speak for the Count of Finn of Helgum, but the message I bear is fit for your ears alone. Come, answers the king. We shall speak in my chambers. Leader Tord, your service is noted. You may remain as a guest in my castle. We're still in debt. Ah, man. Okay, pause. First, let's get married. We're Christian, so we can change religion. Thank you. Adopt faith. Boop. For my decision to convert to Catholicism, I arranged for a priest to come to my camp and conduct the rites. With the fate of my immortal soul in question, I can only pray that I have made the right decision. Metaphysica aside, the idea of Catholicism spreading, one step at a time, from my humble camp makes my heart sing. Ooh, I can have somebody join me. A priest. Yeah, join me. That's good. Now we're kind of in debt. So we kind of need to take some jobs. Confidence trickster. We can be a bit of a ruffian. We can escort another emissary. Let's see. Where do you want to go? Oh, want to go back to Helgem. No, thank you. Let's see if we can go to the city and pick up another contract. Visit, please. Let's try and get some more contracts. Criminal contracts, hireling contracts, a treasure map contract. Treasure hunt, huh? Treasure of a lifetime. The retired treasure hunter Heminger needs help locating one final elusive hoard. This will remain valid as long as you have the treasure map in my possession. Okay. Where is it? Heminger walks up to me and pats my shoulder. Such a good lad. I truly appreciate your aid in this one final excursion. He hands over the tattered treasure map, the wrinkles around his eyes softening as he smiles. It may not look like much, but I've wrestled with Satan himself to obtain this. Treat it with care. He's blind. Pausing for a moment to let the words sink in, the old man then cackles. Whenever you're ready, we have a treasure to dig up. Okay. And now we have a new follower. For a bit, at least. A treasure map coupled with a retired adventurer's final plea. I'm getting old and my body is failing. Find this elusive treasure and bring it back to me. My time is running short. Okay, so we have to travel. Someplace. All the way down here. And now that we are going through Taiga, we can leave this behind. And just travel. Let's go. We'll have to stop bringing our camp everywhere eventually because we're kind of running out of supplies. Are you not at war for England, by the way, King Harold? Oh, no, he's at war with England. And Denmark. So he's being... Oh, the Danish are attacking Norway for their claims on the throne, while he's attacking England for his claim on the throne. And he's being wrecked by both of the armies, so here you can see the armies taking land over in the north of King Harold, and William's army are taking land in the south. Treasure map, a bird in the hand. We arrived at the Lima countryside early afternoon. Oh wait, we already made it? Ah, we already made it. Okay. And begin to look for clues as to where the marker on the treasure map might point. Walking about the taiga, I noticed a well-hidden cavity in a rocky cliff. It leads to a small cave. Inside the grotto, its decor depicting various strange and lugubrious activities. A dusty wooden chest awaits. So I can steal the treasure. Or I can give it. Heminger can barely contain his excitement as I return to his tent. Gold, you say? How is it for one tribal treasure? A twitch of melancholy, doubtlessly at the thought of an adventure's end, flits across his face as he concludes this affair. I'm grateful for this golden windfall, dutifully delivered. Go with my thanks. Money! Oh. A well-oiled machine. Our little forest of tents, putting itself up every few evenings, is first something we've gotten very, very good of as of late. First one, then another, with people and tools spreading out down the lines to help the neighbors, and the model of speed and efficiency. Even Asa and Bjorg, who aren't generally known for moving in the same circles, are quietly humming along as they aid each other. You can help them out. Whatever. Okay, we get another court. I can try and escort another emissary. Where do you want to move? You're going to... The Prince of Varmeland wants to go to King's Fend in Denmark. Yeah, sure. To Denmark. Okay, that might be our last voyage, though. We'll take a break to get our provisions back. As we continue to Tisselskog, my eye catches an elaborate decorated tomb amidst the network of common graves. The tomb appears to be cracked open, and just within its mouth I see the glimmer of some unknown treasure. None of my party appear to be around, and surely whomever once owned the account of these tombs would not cast judgment on me for taking what would go otherwise unused. Seems like we won't be successful. So let's be a bit faithful instead. Another follower. I come across a woman while passing through Tisselskog. She is benevolent and opens a hand as I approach. I'm tired of getting kicked around like a dog. No one respects me here. Everyone laughs as soon as Ingeborg is uttered. Fools, swine, swains! I get so mad I must get out of here. Oh, they're a poet. I'd be willing to join your camp. How much? 50 bucks? Or provisions? Let's pay them in provisions. Now we have a poet with us. Yay. Once we're done in Denmark, I think we can maybe make the jump to the Holy Roman Empire, then we'll stay around there for a while, building up our resources. Can I build any buildings in my camp, by the way? Oops. Cutting rations. Husband, begins Helena. You can help but notice that we are about halfway through our provisions. Oh boy. Shall we start reducing our rations, or even better, plan for a stop to stock up? It's not an emergency yet, but these kind of situations don't need long to take a turn for the worse. A simple delay and we could find ourselves forced to eat the soles of our boots. Okay, 5 bucks. Can we build a building? 60 bucks. I can make a supply tent for more supplies. Resistant plague. Find more people when scouting for talent. And receive more transport contracts. Sure. A baggage train. Boop. Build it, please. We're almost done. Okay, we made it. Same message as before. We're paid 100 bucks, but we're kind of out of provisions now. Let's see, what do we have? Hobnob with a ruler. Let it be known, the munificent mayor of Trelleborg extended generous hospitality to worldly and deserving travelers. Hey, you can pay me in supplies. Sure. But let's stop scouting for talent. I think we have enough. Maybe. Start with. Also, while we're here, can I maybe seduce my wife for a kid? Seduce my wife? Maybe. We'll see. Some 60 times. Making friends in high places. Mayor Hergman is a lonely man in the position of power, making it perversely hard for him to meet people who don't want anything from him. A company is supposed to be different, a chance to just make an actual connection. It's not, of course. I just want as much or more than any other hangers on, but it's a nice fantasy to believe for a while. Our followers now will be gone before he suspects anything. Let's go with speed this time around. We'll invite agents. Boom. Okay, so this time we're going to be super fast and have a better chance of success since we have more people to help us out. Yay. Oh, and we have 100 bucks. Get a provision, please. Stepping outside my camp, I surveyed the surrounding plains, seeking any signs of game or fodder. It's winter. Maybe a bad time. Trelleborg may offer more of the clement seasons, but winter's bitter cold hardens the dirt and envelops the grasslands in frost. We will not find much here. Let's see. Foraging is a bit bad terrain. With my snares. Nah. Snares. I got wounded. Okay, pause. Do I have to appoint my own physician? Yep. Where's the priest I recruited? You. Be my physician, please. Thank you. That'll work out. Maybe. Paid in advance. There's no guarantee that the mayor will ultimately even end up giving me the gifts I crave for. No matter how well I simper at his feet, it's clear that I must act applying all the pressure I can to acquire a loan in advance. Then, if he graces me further, I'm laughing, and if not, my efforts are pre-recompense. Aha! Oh wow, he doesn't even have that money to pay me with. By St. Matthew, I will have my money! Yes, he's in debt. And we got a lot of money from that. Kind of. For me, anyway. Oh, also we can already finish. Impressing the mayor seems like a full season's work sometimes. Despite being hardly the world's greatest noble, he has very curious notions about the standards of other people should be held to. In situations like these, the safest thing to do is likely to fall back on what I'm best at, pick something I do well and let my skills shine. Diplomacy! Yay. Okay, let's finish this. It worked! Naturally, the mayor fell for my charms, for the songs of the wilds and the romantic life of a traveling explorer, just as I knew he would. And now he's super in debt. It's gonna take him... it's gonna take him 5 years to get this loan out. Alright then. The Leech experience. At last we make our preparations to leave. Herman's sad to see us leave, but glad for the small reprieve our company gave him. Of course, it's not all one-sided. He have earned us a rich payment in gifts and supplies for the company. Let's try and ask them for more supplies. The Songs of King Sven. As we travel through the outskirts of Helsenborg, we suddenly see a jovial man in the distance, jumping, dancing, and singing to himself. It seems quite the character. Would you like to hear some of the songs about King Sven, the warmonger of the Kingdom of Denmark? He yells at us as soon as we get within shouting distance. Before we have time to answer, he starts singing a merry tune about the depravities of King Sven, who seems lustful, so I guess that makes sense. Tell us about it. Anyway, let's have the mayor give us some provisions. Thank you. We could use a bit more. Regale Court, Hobnob with Ruler. Can I get another contract, maybe? Nah. Ooh, I can go to the Prince's Court this time. Prince Harold, the Whetstone of Denmark. He's known for yielding to even blunt blades. Does that mean he lost a fight to somebody with a blunt blade? I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's keep traveling. Maybe my wounds can heal. Hopefully. And then we can travel to the HRE. We definitely need more provisions, though. Okay, so same thing as before. Let's go for speed. In a couple of days it should be done. Hey, the baggage train is done. Let's try and build it up a bit. The pavilion can be upgraded for... I can have my own troops, more provisions, more buildings. Let's have a supply tent for more provisions. Stories and glories. Dinner at Prince Harold's court is an ideal time to impress. Yeah, okay. Diplomacy. Hey, it worked. Men in my camp are intimately familiar with the terrain of Svelsvig, and such lands are not to be trifled with. It is for this reason that I find myself standing in front of the local guide. It's no joke out there, he offers, drawing air in through his gritted teeth, and a theatrically worried gesture. You'll need either these maps or my service. I can tell you that for free. There's a chance I lose provisions. I can recruit him as my caravan master. I can pay for the maps. I can pay him to guide me. Dang it. We're gonna be badly guided for a bit. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, and also we're already done here. I've been wondering, my dear Tord, draws the Prince Herald once idle dinner. You spin these tales of your life and deeds, yet you live neath a muddy tent flap, barely sheltered from the torrential rains and scorching sun alike. I nod, no use denying that. With so many basic comforts of life denied to you, what's the thing that motivates you to keep getting up in the morning? Why keep marching on when the next day you'll just need to do it all again? Sights unseen because we are explorers. We can just try diplomacy. Nah, diplomacy. Hey, it worked. Okay, let's wait a couple more days so we have maximum success chance. Because I would like to succeed. Mostly for the provisions. Boom! It worked out. So now I can ask him for a favor because we did him a job. So I can be a leech. And give me some provisions, Prince. Yes, that should be enough to move on. I think. Maybe. Let's pick up this contract for traveling. Where do you want to go? And nobody knows the Prince Bishop needs protection from bandits. He's going to King Eric of Sweden. No, thank you. What if I go into the what if I go into the city? Oops, the dance. I'm attending the dance not simply because I'm the lord of the tent, but because I want to see my mistress here. Playful side. They are callous, arbitrary, and brave. Greedy side, malicious side, thoughtful side, playful side. Let's go to the city and try and ask for another contract. Dang it! As the leader, my followers owe me the allegiance. My word is law, but how much obedience with my devotion is worth? I can wound Ingeborg. Whatever. Unfamiliar rations. The culture in Sageland is unfamiliar to me, and some of their customs equally alien. Come on, it's like, it's not that far. It's from almost Sweden to Denmark. This is proving pretty true when Bo, acting as our cook for this evening, becomes me to look over the stewing pot. It's a local recipe, supposedly authentically Danish. I was assured this is sold by a passing merchant. I look at the substance with suspicion. Is that stewed mole with carrots? Let's try it. Hey, it works! So now we have more provisions because we can eat the local food. Okay, pause. First, let's go to the city and try and look for more contracts to move around. Let's see. Traveling, please. So now there should be more transport contracts. You can see one more. From the prince. And he's in the ministry escorted to... Ooh! King Kaiser. King Kaiser. Excuse me. Kaiser Heinrich. The Emperor of the HRE. Let's go! We should all travel there. We have a couple of dangerous places in the forests, so let's try and get some wilderness kits. Okay. And there's more dangerous regions because we have a bad guide. Meh. We'll be fine. Let's go to the German Empire. You know, with all of these new government types, with the Byzantine and the Chinese governments, I wonder if the HR is going to get another government like these ones. Because it had a special, you know, a special situation being that they are like an elective... Well, they already have an elective emperor. You have elections held for the emperor. So I guess it's already kind of a special government with these elective duchies. So if you can get one of these duchies, you have election power over the emperor. Just as we are about to set out, it starts pouring down. Rain as far as the eye can see. I can't help but curse my poor luck. But I'd see the dark clouds come in for a while. If we want to make our journey on time, we have to set out. But it is a risky journey, with the weather being what it is. Hopefully once we get to Europe, the music changes. Away from the Viking music. We'll be fine. We're not fine. Fortuna's tithe. Thunder echoes ominously overhead, a dull interruption to the lashing winds and whipping rain. working on scattering our convoy. Distant cries echo up and down the line as carts and animals sink into soft earth, the storm doing its level best to wash us all the way to hell. Children and elderly shivered miserable silence, soaked to the bone and wondering when hypothermia will begin to set in. The air crackles with static and tension alike, my followers on the edge of breaking. Pray! Dang it! So now we have a bunch of people who are gonna be sick. Nope. Nobody's sick, I think. Looks like. Maybe. Because we don't have many elderly people, do we? Don't we? You're fine? Yeah, he's fine. We don't have anybody who's elderly with us. Anyway, we're at the Kaiser's court. Same dialogue as before. So we get some diplomacy XP for visiting the capital of the HRE. Let's see, what do we want to go down? Diplomat. Oh, more influence. Influence is good for the administrative governments. Let's go down this path. What about August? We get a bunch of stats. Actually, August has a bunch. Level of fame. The more famous you are, the more people like you. So having double the impact would be nice. Dignitas. Diplomacy per level of fame. Ooh. That's just a stat boost for having more fame. Make a request accepted from level of fame. Okay, so if we're famous, we can make more requests from our patrons. Okay, what do we have around here? The escort mission, intrigue, improvised spycraft. Let's go. Trusty eavesdroppers and interesting foreigners. The Count of Ansbach wishes it to be known he is inviting useful revelations from across the Empire and beyond. Count Aldebert's call for educated reports on the happenings going around his capital attracts all sorts of charlatans eager to earn easy coin for stilted rumors or obvious fabrication. Luckily for him, my Ben and I aren't the same run-of-the-mill fools thronging his halls and can trade the more interesting stories of neighboring lands, though how useful they'll be is up to the good Count. First though, we need to discreetly visit a few places that Aldebert is interested in knowing about. Let's not travel with our camp, so we won't be spending provisions doing that. Oh. No! My wife rejected my advances. Again? Can I do it again? No. Dang it. I want to do the sexy stuff for a baby. Come on. Proactive reconnaissance. Nuremberg, excuse me. The streets of Nuremberg are abuzz with whispers of war and blood, with many locals utterly convinced that the Count Engelmar plans a conflict soon. Of course, war is hardly a rare occurrence, which makes it all the easier for gossips and rumor mongers to steer fear when there's little else to fill the long evenings. True or not, it makes for plenty of chatty folks who are positively eager to share their opinions on what they've heard with an interesting stranger. Diplomacy. It worked. Next. Nordlingen. All the talk in Nordlingen is about some official or other in the Count Huffpole's caught taking a truly staggering amount of contradictory bribes. Little corruption here and there is nothing unusual. For many of the civil servants, it's an expected portion of their salary, but these things have limits. Here those limits have been stretched well past breaking. Poor news for the Count. Excellent news for those with an interest in upset locals with stories to tell. Yeah, it worked. The more intelligence we have, the bigger of a payment we can ask for, I think. And a snake again. Oh, hey, we have a healer. Yaha, it worked. Low grumblings and lamentations seem to fill Zorlin, the annoyed chatter of the slightly scandalized. It seems the local creditor is calling in the various debt all around towns, upsetting the locals worse than unexpected tax. Worse, this is being done with the tacit approval of Count Frederick, to many an unforgivable betrayal. Not the best atmosphere to go asking pointed questions in, but hardly the worst for finding embittered servants with loose lips. Hey, it worked. The Count's agents meet us, eager to take our report to their lords. It's not much. With our gathered rumors and hearsay being so sparse, there's comparatively little here for Aldebert's spymaster to work with. Little, but not quite nothing. I'm get paid. I guess there are options for more intelligence to be gathered. Also, we have a supply tent now at our camp. We can build something else. We're getting a good, decent chunk of money. travels to come. Journeying through Mossbach, I passed by the peculiar-looking tent splayed open with its yet more peculiar-looking occupant inside. Come in, almighty leader. I can tell you have many miles to go, and I can offer you reading for your future travels for a modest price. Yes. Bad omens. Damn it, we're stressed now. A fearsome beast. We walk the woodland path at a good pace, enjoying the peaceful ambiance. From the corner of my eye, I'm sure I glimpse the shaggy coat of a bear. The dark beast lopes on the tracks, its great paws kicking up tree roots. Flanked by birch trees, it completely blocks our way forward to Klingenberg. Halfdan whispers, just look at those claws. I can try and fight him. There's a 50% chance I die. Halfdan can fight it. 50% chance he dies. I can run away. Run! Okay, maybe we should try and get some armor and weapons for my followers for this kind of situation. Bois, stop bathing. Stop even making an attempt to clean himself. A fact I'm brutally confronted with when several of my followers beg me to deal with him. I know what you're thinking, leader, but it's not laziness. It's a drive for efficiency. I can actually do more work if I spend less time wiping away the sweat of the road. This is what I recognize focus on value looks like. He's mad or a fool, or both. No! Stop stinking. He's still stinky. Dang it. Let's try and improve our camp. Oop, spend some money on the pavilion. Thank you. I can ask for a favor from the count. Give me some food. And next contract. Ooh! Collect taxes for the same count. Step as individuals are sought for honest work collecting the county levy in the name of the Count Ansbach. Skill in handling obstinate or lowborns is needed. Deal. Count Aldebur's representatives is swift to the point. The city of Weinsberg has, it seems, failed to pay an extra tax imposed by the good count. The residents have resisted further demands but not quite marched out into open revolt just yet. Adalbert wants his due, but is cautious of the potential cost of an outright rebellion. A neutral third party is a convenient fiction for browbeating the recalcitrant settlement's leader, one Mayor Anno. Submission. I mean, he has money. All that awaits is a journey there. Let's not move the camp. Well, we can go there by ourselves. Leader Tord, welcome, cries the mayor and his party as I enter the city. In short order, I'm introduced the other magnates of the town. Friedrich, Benedica, and Eckhard. They're all good stewards. We're sure that you will agree with us that when we protest this unjust tax, we are but simple city folks, and we have long since given everything we can to Count Adalbert. Maybe true, maybe not. We'll see soon enough. Let's start with the mayor. Those quarters of the city's mayors are surprisingly expensive. It leads me to the room, extensive, excuse me. It leads me to a room that clearly serves conferences of the settlement's most important people, sitting me at the head of the table. Honorable leader, surely you must see that the count's avarice is misplaced. He has vested you with his authority. Help us in matters, and we will see that the world knows your generosity. He keeps chatting, but I cannot seem to forget all the well-stocked kitchen we wove past to get here. I can be a robber. I don't have a quartermaster with me. Diplomacy! Our conversation lasts for well over an hour, going over and over every last little remote detail of the mayor's dealings in Weinsberg. Where they happened, who they were, how much was earned. It takes too much effort to pry the truth out of him, something that he seems near-terminally surprised by. To Frederick's place. Frederick's business seems to be tied up heavily in medicines, healing and providing of good midwives. An unusual occupation for a magnate, but certainly one with ample demand. I know, it seems like we're doing well for ourselves, but this is already the first extra duty that the Count has put on us this year. Nor will it, I suspect, be the last. You must understand our reluctance. He keeps chatting, but I cannot seem to forget the well-stocked kitchen. Catch him out in the lie. Dang it, it didn't work. Oh well. Benedicta. The scholastic community in West Weinsberg is small but tenacious. Most of the local scriveners seem to work for Benedicta in some fashion or another, who keeps a tidy business with her near monopoly on the letters in the town. I know, it seems like we're doing well for ourselves, but this is hardly the first extra duty, yeah. As she speaks in my mind, flits back to the large chest of what seemed to be silver we passed on the way in. Turn a lie. Worked. Last person, Eckhard. It seems Eckhard controls a small jail, earning his wealth by keeping debtors, vagrants, and criminals locked up on others' behalf. A tidy sum in fees and fines from the confines supplement their operation. Oof. He's good in learning. Try it. Okay, so we got 2 pieces of evidence. We gather in the mayor's chambers, a suitably dramatic place to render my verdict. With the count's word behind me, this will be binding, one way or another. Friedrich, Benedicta, and Eckhard all wait my pronouncement of their fate, with bated breath. My gut tells me that they could likely pay at least some of it, and my investigation have largely borne that out. So I have enough evidence for paying half, but not paying full, which means we won't have the best reward, but that's fine. Locals are not entirely happy about my decision, that's clear enough from the sudden mutterings, yet I doubt that the Count is likely to be overjoyed either. Compromise often involves leaving someone, sometimes everyone, unhappy, and the mayor and his cronies know that this is the best resolution they're likely to get. I suppose that's it then. Thank you for your time. So maybe he becomes one of my patrons because I didn't make him pay in full. Hey, and we got a bunch of supplies. And we can leech off of 2 people now. First pursuit. As I'm looking through the market stalls in the west mine, I feel my purse strings cut. Despite my immediate reaction, the thief disappears into the crowd. According to pure coincidence, one of my guards sees the man as he heads into the back alley. Stop or I'll have your head. My guard shouts at him as the thief turns around, giving us an angry, shifty stare. Join me. Yes, now we have a spy with us. A good spy. Let's try to find more contracts. Oh wait, what is that down there? Support a faction. Ooh, that might be bad. The Count is fed up with the Duke of Bavaria's rules. He sends an open invitation for who oppose the Dukes to join the Liberty faction. I don't see any of the stats, right? You have 300 men. He has 2,000 men. How many subjects do you have? A couple. I'm not gonna be able to join. I'm not joining that faction. We don't even have any troops anyway. Let me go and leech off of the mayor some more provisions. Actually, what about gold? What about the contract? Never mind. I can hack Skim to give me some troops. Sure. Troop me, please. So we have some armored footmen now with us. Hopefully it'll come in handy. Let's move... Maybe? Nah. Get more contracts in the city. Let's see, what do we have? Intrigue, criminal, or learning? We're not good in learning, are we? Nah. Intrigue. Let's do some spy work. Provide spycraft and provide spy... Oh, from the princess! Princess Adelheid. Who is the daughter of the last Kaiser, but not the current Kaiser. She's the sister of the current Kaiser. The Princess Bishop of Frankfurt wishes it to be known she is inviting useful relations from across the Empire and beyond. Blah, 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 blah. The same text as before. Let's travel around a bit. We're like halfway to our journey to the Byzantine Empire, I think. Maybe. Proactive reconnaissance, Mainz. Gossip spreads throughout commoners faster than fire through his old city, and there's no faster spreading gossip than the rumors of the Lord of Mainz suspecting adultery. Right? Can I get more intelligence somehow? Not really. Let's see here. All the excitement and singing is at present directed solely towards the upcoming lesser feast that Count Ruprecht is intended to hold. So the affair will apparently be just great enough that it has managed to capture the imagination of every halfpenny rumor monger. Diplomacy? Yay. It worked out. Are we getting famous? A bit. The womb of the earth. The fields of Krusnak are a sight to behold. Every crop is in bloom, every leaf green, every stem luscious. I quickly tracked down the source of the verdancy, spotting a man standing in the field, seemingly holding a lecture on some sort of gathering of listeners. My name is Master Anseem. He notices in the distance and turns in my direction. My knowledge of gardening is vast, incomparably vast, so stay a while and listen. I can delay and become a gardener, maybe. That's a stat boost. Sure. Hey, became a gardener. Now we have a bit more stewardship, less stress, and people like me more. At least my own court likes me more. The language barrier. Our caravan has become a little lost in these foreign lands. Asa has been training us around Rockenhausen for hours, and though she has at last rolled her pride and asked for directions, she doesn't appear to be an expert High German speaker. Try! Hey, it worked. Okay, so now we're here. Ooh, though no one can say for certain, words and hanging on everyone's lip is Lawton, and Lawton is murder. Sometimes it's Count Sighard himself, afraid patience causing him to thirst for some poor fool's untimely end. Others that the rumor plot is actually against the Count. Let's find that out. Hey, it worked. Money. How many languages can I learn? Let me see. I guess none. I would like to learn some Greek since we're headed towards the Byzantine Empire, but what if we tried and learned some German from the princess? Learn language. It's gonna be hard because they're a high-ranking noble. What about my own courtiers? Don't we have a German with us? Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, Franconian. My knight. Learn language. Yeah, it'll work. Maybe. Oop. Anyway, let's go for another spycraft. Or wait, we have to make it back to camp first. Excuse me. Okay, we're back at camp. Spycraft. Our supplies almost all replenished, so we'll be traveling soon. Also, the princess, can you give me some money? Nah. A contract? Meh. Give me some money, I guess. Crimes of passion. Rough. Rounding in a little cluster of tents as I come across a gaggle of followers having dinner around a small hearth. Curiously, both Bo and Balder are amongst them, neither of whom particularly enjoy one another's company. Before I have time to ponder such a strange quirk of seating, Balder mutters something unaudible, only for a whisper to send Bo into a blinding rage. With a flash, a weapon is drawn and blood is about to be spilled. Stop it! Okay. Bribes. Talk it out, thank you. We'll be leaving soon. Ish. Soonish. Plans a conflict soon. It worked out. We're almost back at base. Do I not have somebody else who I can leech from? It worked out. A beast. A boar! Balder might fight it or die. Fight it, Balder! Okay, he got wounded. Oh well. So can we travel down a bit? Where do you want to go? You want to go to... Where is that? Oh, in Corsica. Maybe? Nah, maybe. What about you? Where do you want to go? In Hungary? Yeah, sure. Hungary is in the right direction. No, that's Poland, actually. Sure, go to Poland. To Krakow. That's a forest. Let's get some forest gear. Wilderness kit. Boop. Alright. Quite a lot of traveling. Oh, wait, there's a plague in Hungary. What kind of plague? How do I see that? The flu. Oh, no, it's not the flu, it's consumption. Ugh, that's much worse. As we ride through Lechenburg, my thought wanders idly, bored by the monotony of trampled transit. When there's a sudden shout of alarm, an attack, I whip my head around. No, it's that damn fool Ingeborg. She tries to fall from her horse and go skidding down the side of the slope, kicking up rocks and dust, toppling over a ledge, shrieking and crying as she goes. Once later, Ingeborg emerges slowly, profusely and alive but not unarmed. Laugh out loud. Snicker. Yeah, it'll be fine. We don't have that much stress to vent yet. Weird whispers. I notice that Half-Dan avoids me more than usual. He always sits at the opposite end of the table whenever he's invited to a feast and constantly refuses to my company while camping. We don't have the best of relationships, but that attitude is starting to tire me, especially when I overhear him defaming me towards a miserable fiend. I'd be a way better leader than him. Ah. I can fight him. He's gonna be having to leave the camp. Nah, you're a good fighter. Don't leave the camp, please. Ditch, I hear bow shot in panic. Soon after, I hear a loud crackling. Like that of wood breaking, or my patience finally snapping. My wagon wheel breaks. Okay, we're gonna be late. We can spend some fame, some prestige, to not be late. Meh, we'll be fine. We have plenty of prestige to spend. Not much to spend it on. Oh. The pavilion. No, Asa died. In the dead of night, near Visceran, I step out. Quietly, what was that sound? It's when I see my knight Baldur approaches my acquaintance Asa, asleep near a plow. In a sudden violent act, Baldur impales Asa on the plow's sharp tines, ensuring a swift end. Baldur quickly scans the surrounding area, unaware that I've seen everything. You're not that good, Baldur, and I don't really need to learn German anymore. Guards! Imprison them! Okay. And, stay in jail for now, I guess. Well, the duck. The day on the road has been fairly calm and nondescript so far. We are somewhere outside of Churden, and I close my eyes as my mount brings me forward, one step at a time. As the wind plays a magnificent melody through the treetops, the noise is carried by the breeze. And now from our entourage, is that quacking? I said the sound to be coming from a shrubbery on my right-hand side. Duck quack. Less stress. Follow the duck! And this mountain locate the duck in a nearby shrubbery. It starts waddling off into the wilderness, and I follow by foot. Suddenly the duck stops and tilts its head in my direction. Pretty confused as to why it has procured a human follower. I smile at the duck, try to ease its tension, but the duck suddenly squirms, flaps its wings, and flies away. A wild duck chase. And maybe execute my knight. Because I don't want him to be back out. I can burn at the stake or behead. Let's go with beheading. Bleh. Okay, so I didn't want to release him in case he murdered somebody else. Eyes in the night. Morning bright, another report of that. Morning brings a report that the man-eating beast has struck again. Another follower butchered. Most of the man's corpse found next to the lead baggage cart where the large animal left him. The sentries can't get a look at the damn thing. Whatever it is, it got a taste for us, and it seems smart enough to follow us during the day or early evening. I cast my eyes to the carpet of hills we weave through, each breaking easy side to the opposite side, making it easy for an animal terror to stalk after us, watching, waiting, hunger slowly building for its evening meal. We can try. Maybe people will die. I can try to set out for the man-eating monster myself. We'll be fine. We're not fine. He ate my wife. Dang it. Okay, well. We lost a couple people to a man-eating beast. It's fine. It's been snowing for the past few days and the cold is unbearable. I look around and see my entourage is struggling with it as well, so I decide to travel on foot alongside them. After we walk through the snowstorm for another hour, Bjorg puts me aside. Please, my leader, I cannot feel my toe anymore. It's all dark blue already, and at this point it might be too late to save it. Oh! Dang it. Severe frostbite for 10 years. It's not going well. And they got a grudge against me. Yeah. What if I was to marry them? I just want a kid, really. Marry them. And seduce them for 60 times. Quickly. Seduce. Do it. Okay. Cultural fascination. Ever since entering Ratzeborg, I've been treated much like an animal in a spectacular garden. The people stare in amazement at the mere way I speak and carry myself. As we make our way through, I am suddenly approached by a particularly enthusiastic woman, who, unlike the rest of the crowd, seems to speak Norse. My word, so true, a Swedish leader here of all places. I've long admired Swedish customs and even learned Norse in my own time. What an honor this is. I can start a language to learn Polish, but it'll be stressful, and I can't really have more stress. We became more famous. Yay, a little bit. I'm brought before King Boleslaw himself. Yeah, same dialogue as before. We made it. Yay. What do we have around here? Instructor of Knights, hired muscle. Can I like get a sword? As a scholar of the diplomatic arts, I am well aware of the power of an eloquent compliment. Showing admiration for a woman's best quality is a true path to her heart. I shall compliment her heart. Yay. Okay, pause. Can I like get a sword? So I can at least get some better stats in fighting. Castle. The castle grounds. I can get some troops, maybe. The tavern. I can gain the trait Hasiluder, which is a it's like a somebody who fights in tournaments. I can get maybe a point in intrigue or less stress. I need less stress. Can I recruit some people? You are expensive as heck, but you have good learning. You are also expensive. You are less expensive. You're fine. You're hired. Supplies, I can sell artifacts. Can I buy artifacts? No. Contracts. Diplomatic. What do we have? Ooh, down there in Hungary. Hobnob ruler, regale court. Settled boundary dispute. Let's try that one. Let's also try to recruit some people on the way. You become a caravan master. Scout for talent. We need some mountaineering gear. This one. Let's go. Another follower. Oh, you have a special religion, melee. Hey, hey, Gazuyat. Okay, so where was I going with this? Oh yeah, we have a new follower. Good diplomat. I'll pay you in food. What is that religion? Melee. Of the Mel culture. Where is that? Ooh, in Africa. Okay. You're kind of far from home. But you're not of the Mel religion. Or even is the Mel religion? It doesn't exist anymore. And what is it? What is the Mel religion? Ancestor worship, astrology, ritual celebrations. Polytheist. Male-dominated. And the Catholic sees them as evil. Alright. That might hurt our relationships a bit. Maybe. Possibly. Boop. Alright, we haven't made it yet. Okay, now boop. Arbitrations. Favorable pasturage. I can resolve this if I put my mind to it. But I'm gonna have a stress break. Rima's Zomba's streets are gripped with fever of gossip and scandal. A complicated matter of marriage, inheritance, and business arrangements gone awry has been a vast section of the best local land for grazing horses go to some fool with neither money nor skill. Consequently, the local magnates are threatening to tear each other to pieces over how to and who should split the land. Resolve! I failed. Oh well. And now because we're stressed, we're gonna have something. I can become reclusive. I can become a Paulician. Which is a heresy. A Christian heresy. We'll be fine. Maybe we can like go on a hunt or something. We'll be fine. We'll just try and de-stress for a bit. Maybe. Possibly. A friendly clamor. It's tough to describe what's so appealingly intimate about the low buzz of a camp settling in for the evening. Maybe it's the flagrant ambitions to see the world constantly flaunted, enthusiasms that comes from camping under an open sky, or even the semi-distant braying of obstinate mules being stable for the evening. All of this forms a quiet, comforting blanket of familiarity. This is my domain, and all these people are a small kingdom, but one where I know every sight and sound. Let's retire. Do some stress. Long after most have gone to sleep, I still find myself seated by the campfire. What's wrong? Ingeborg asks. At first I don't know what to say, but as I start talking, it just comes out naturally. I just keep thinking about the time when I lost the chiefdom of Angermeland. I can't help but wonder if I should have done things differently. Hey, stress is gone. Another follower. From the Jewish faith. He's pretty good. Pay him. Okay, can we go out hunting or something to de-stress? Convert to local culture. Visit the Silk Road Market. Okay, pause. Is there a Silk Road Market near here? I don't think so. The Serene Leader of Ekras Dance. I would be an honor if you join my side in the war. You're losing that war. 900 soldiers, we have 100 soldiers. I don't think we can win this, but I'll be paid 15 bucks right now. Sure. So where are you? Who are you? Where is that? Oh, okay. All the way down there, huh? I'm not going there. We just gotta pay 15 bucks for nothing. It's fine. While this happens, let's go and hunt for a bit. Hunt with our, regular hunting. Oh, you know what? How about some falconry? In here, in Krakow. Which is not a good place to hunt, but it's what we have. It costs us 50 bucks. As we await the arrival of the rest of the guests, my camp followers get started on the preparations. The Flusher check the farmlands each day for signs of quarry while establishing a camp closer to the hunting grounds. My bird grows restless, waiting, knowing it will soon be unleashed. I have no right to hunt in the King of Oslaw's lands. I must purchase the right to do so unless I want to be seen as an outlaw and a poacher. Because I want to secure the rights, I shall not be allowed to bring down any animals I wish. Nah, 35 bucks. We can afford that. Zakai assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the farmland near Krakow. With any luck, we'll find a bevy of pheasants, and our falcons will have great sport. The beasters' teams are ready with their hounds, as well as appointed spots has been selected. Let's see, a hawk. You'll see got a hawk, a pheasant, a swan, or a hare. Meh, we'll be fine. It's not about the prize, about losing stress. Perhaps today we'll win over my woman. Mistress Ingeborg, it is a fine day for it, and trust you are enjoying yourself, I opened nonchalantly. I'm most certain her smiles is more than just polite. Let's see, Sterling aside. Diligent side, compassionate side. I do pity the poor animals at times. I'm not sure if it worked or not. Mistress Ingeborg seems to be reacting warmly to my gambit, living to the violent sport of our times and class. When she leaves, the tension is palpable in every pleasantry. I knew I would find the right words to win her over. Okay. When my falcon has completely disappeared from my view, and looking all around the landscape, I see nothing. Then I hear it screeching out for me, and find it perched with blood dripping from its talons, though there was no sign of any other beast nearby. My falcon has recently gotten into a fight with something too big for it to take on by itself. It must be nearby. Because we're lazy, we can take a nap. Track it down. I'll catch up after a moment's rest. When my knight signals for the party to hush, we have arrived at the release spot set by the game masters. From our vantage point, we can see the several tawny pheasants strutting about the leafy bushes ahead. The beaters will soon be in position, ready to spook the game to flight. The party halts to be prepared to remove our birds' hoods and set them, one by one, to their sport. Alright. Come on. Hawk. The quest truly is the mantle of the poor, but as the pheasants flees in panic from foraging peasants, I feel my patience wearing thin. There must be better things to do in Krakow today than picking roots and mushrooms. We can get some provisions. We can bribe them. Bribe them. Don't mind losing money. We weren't using it anyway. I rode the beast's tracks into the fields as though in a trance, almost an unnatural silence hanging over their world. Leader, there you are. The guy and the rest of the party have caught up. A legendary sighting of an animal. A mythical animal has been reportedly sighted in this county. You don't receive any sightings event until you hold a hunt. Yeah, sure. We can try not a legendary animal, why not? We have a really low success chance. Mainly because people have been hunting here before. Everything that could go wrong seemed to do so, but there were several landings to be found. Melanie gathers the disappointed party and exhausted hounds for the trip home. The peasants eluded us this time. Oh well. It's fine. We lost all our stress. That's what matters. Anyway, I don't think we can get a sword in any way. Develop courtesy. I framed it as an opportunity to practice diplomatic courtesy, but I'm certain Mistress Ingeborg can see to my excuse, but she agreed nevertheless. To any outsider our exchange might simply have sounded like empty platitudes demanded by tradition. To us, however, the passion burning underneath the surface of our words was fire. Smoldering chemistry. I can get diplomatic practice. +1 diplomacy for 5 years. Okay, pause. Can I make any good decisions? Become a great conqueror, champion the Swedish culture, knight of the swan. The travels of Tord of Ectras Drape. If I can visit more points and be more famous, or become more of a wanderer. I don't have any. Wait, I don't have any XP in wandering. How did that happen? Weird. Maybe we have to take the wandering lifestyle. Maybe. Ah well. If we visit more people in more places, we'll be getting this in no time. Anyway, let's try instructing some knights. My liege wishes to keep these knights in fighting shape. An experienced commander or swordsman is sought to pass down their knowledge. Is that me? Not really, but we'll take it anyway. Let's go. Hey, diplomacy perk. Gravitas. Stress loss per level of fame, more. Steadfast camp temperament now also grants a scaling personal space scheme bonus. Gravitas, whatever. Less stress, sure. And next we're gonna get some stat boosts from being famous. As I arrive, I'm greeted by the Count Conrad of Brno's Marshals Vindrick. Jindrick, whatever. I'm glad you could make it. We're in need of an expert in the ways of war, as our commander is already unschooled. We're decent. Marshal Jindrick bows his head and quickly adds, at least according to our liege. He's almost better. He's slightly better than me. I will be pleased to invite you, but my count expects you to begin training immediately. Pick whomever you wish and have them armed. Let's go. Wait, I can train some knights. This guy sucks. I'm gonna train him. The node that I'm dealing with, I invite Driftsloth to par with Melanie, my second, who is a profligate loyal. Okay. They take their stances awaiting an opening. Driftsloth strikes first, a barrage against Melanie with his axe. Melanie looks helpless, clearly outmatched by the foe. I stop the bout before it gets bloody. Thank you for your effort, Driftsloth. I've seen enough to know how to proceed with your teachings. Recruit him! No, he sucks. Melanie, give him a private lesson. 100% chance to work. I can try. Huh! Did that work or not? I'm not sure. Next one. He sucks even worse. With Melanie. They take their stance within an opening. Mayor Hinnick of Briggscraft strikes first. A barrage against Melanie with his sword. Melanie looks helpless. Okay, cool. Hey, we helped. You don't suck that much. Melanie's outmatched again. Melanie, you suck. Melanie, come on. Private lesson, or not. Me! Hey, we did it. Contract completed, we got paid 130 money bits. We have a new patron. Wait, are you also one of my patrons? No. Okay, whatever. The war that I was engaged, hired for was lost because it's halfway across the world. It was never gonna work out. Hiring muscle. Or martial scheme. Do we have martial followers? Not really, no. Yeah, no, I'm not going there. That's a recipe for failure. Let's hobnob with the Count of Zalalon for 30 bucks. and keep recruiting more people. Get some gear for the mountains. We got a new nickname for one of my followers, that's fine. Winter is sitting in. Making friends in high places. Let's be fast. The sooner we're done here, the sooner we're back on the road. My beloved wife, the servants have all been sent away and our bed has been decorated with seashells. As Mistress Ingeborg enters our chamber, she smiles kindly and joins me without any hesitation. With the help of hands, mouth, and limbs, we reaffirm the devotion we swore before God. In a more carnal fashion. Okay, so now we did the 60 stuff. So maybe, and they're a lover, so maybe we'll get a kid. Hopefully. Please. Traveler, Scarred, Poet, Hunter, Intrigue. Not much happening with the contract. We're just progressing in science. I just want a kid so that when we die, we have it there. To pass on our camp and or titles or whatever is going to be happening. Okay, so that's done. Our supplies are okay. We could use more, though. You. Aha! She's pregente! Yay. Each night on fire becomes the hub of the club's social activity. People coalescing around my inner circle to wag tongues and trade friendly barbs. Tonight is no exception. Look, what I'm saying, Chortle's melody, to the giggling of silver flowers, is that poor Beau might be boring, dry, chronically impassionate, and the cave's greatest weapon against insomnia. Oh, so sorry, Beau, didn't see you there. A joke of my own. Hey, it worked out. Let's start traveling again. Another follower. You're meh. 20 bucks, sure. That's not much. We can pay for that. Travel. Where do you want me to go? The chieftain over up in the Baltics. No, thank you. Can I get somebody to get me down there? Oh, another faction. I guess the Duke. Meh, whatever. Can I get some travel contracts? From the city. Traveling, please. Also, do we have any patrons I can leech some contracts from? No. Where do you want to go over here? You want to go to Pomerania. No. You want to go to Ruthenia. No. Let's just manually travel to Hungary. Down this way. We're almost inside the Byzantine Empire. Once we're inside there, we'll try and see if we can worm our way into the political realms place. I wonder if I change my culture to Greek. First, will I be able to become an adventurer again? And second, will the music change away from the Viking themed music? Who are you? A bodyguard? Sure. You're hired. A snake. We have a healer, it's fine. Okay, we're in Hungary now. Regale court. Raise a building. Improve ruler reputation. Or transcribe texts. We're not that much of a learned person, so no thank you. Improve ruler reputation. I'm the Baron of... what's its face? Let's travel there. It's been about 5 years, I think, since we've left Northern Europe. Bettering the Baron's name. It's no secret that the Baron Eredy Morik's reputation isn't all it could be. Unhappy vassals, worrisome mutterings about tyrannical behavior, a dearth of intangible prestige. All signs that can point towards a shakier grip on power than most lords would like. Paying someone to clear up the misunderstandings Won't come cheap, of course. At least not if I have anything to say about it. Let's go speedy. It'll take about it'll take 2 months, I think, before we finished here. Ah. Oh, look at that. We're losing prestige per month. Because I'm paying somebody some prestige. My bodyguard. No thank you. I don't want to pay that prestige. No thank you. A faithful visitor. The campfire crackles, venation figuring a circle. He moves with vigor despite the lateness. No standing guard are already intercepting, but I waved him away. Do you have a place for men of God? Such figures are well known in Catholic circles. The traveling preachers spread the word of God to every nook and cranny they can find. Oh, I can get some trait in wandering. Yes. Traveler trait. More diplomacy! And we're almost done with our scheme. Let's go. And this time, I think the Hungarians' kingdom would have been coming in from the established from the a horde like 200 years ago that settled in the Hungarian lands, if I remember right. Yay, we did it. Not a single event had fired up though. My son, Nils. Can I rename him something that's Catholic? Demetrius. Sure. I'm gonna educate him myself. Thank you. And we'll see when he develops what kind of person he's gonna be, what kind of stats he wants. Fire in the forest. A peasant stroll to the Blasagarbat forest makes me really appreciate the landscape around us. The luminous green, as saturated as a lady's dress, made of the finest fabric. The rays of sun filtered through the canopy as liquid ichor. A vibrant smell, perhaps a campfire. I turn around to my entourage and observe the curved Master Bjork's livid face. Fire! She screams, pointing at the not-so-distant flames where Sunslaws have been trapped. Who? One of my knights? Bjork, save them! Nope. Oh well. It happens. Let's tell this court over there that we just died in the fire in their local lands. Tell me for a good story. Okay. So in about 3 months we'll be done here. Oh, I can leech some stuff. I need some money. I know for a fact we're gonna need a lot of money once we get inside the Byzantine Empire to become part of its system. Stories and glories. Dinner at the Count's court is an ideal time to impress his courtiers. Diplomacy, please. Yay. I know if we try to become a mercenary band, we could make more money faster. I guess we can try and switch purpose once we're inside the Byzantine Empire. Volunteer. During our stay at Count Balor's court, we have done our best to meet our remit of entertaining and occupying his retainers. These have done our job a little too well, as two of his courtiers have apparently approached me. Let's need to take on with our camp. Marcus Keen, who's our martial person who kinda sucks. But Sylvester's not as far behind, who also sucks, and is stupid. We're full. No thank you. Okay. Oop. Let's finish around here. Yay. And we can raise a building, I think. I think we have decent stewards. I didn't even read that event. A tournament! No, we can't go to the tournament. We're too far away. Oh well. Let's go over here and raise a building. The Hermit. A grotto emerges from the vegetation like a stone arch in a cathedral. On its entry, there's a small wooden table in a stall. Someone has left a lantern burning there. Careful, leader. There's bandits in these lands. You're quick to make accusations. The illuminated figure stands in the entrance of the cave. I'm merely a hermit, and you, while you carry the title of the leader. Prophecy. The hermit takes a second before replying. He gets up and waits until I follow. with some herbs scattered around in what seems to be a rudimentary bed. He turns to me then when we're away from my trench and with an oddly deeper voice replies, "The water shall pass, but you won't." Alright. And my wife got sick. Treat them. Yeah, it worked. Maybe. Yeah, it worked. Amateur architecture. The plans for Count Balaam's Tamas's constructions are perhaps a little lacking in forethought. At least that's how it looks to my band to me. Little wonder this draftsman ran into issues. That shouldn't be a problem for us. We know what he was trying to build. We just need to work out how to actually do it. And we're skilled semi-professional, of a kind. I mean, this is the first time we've raised the building. But we'll be fine. Life in close quarters, they have a friendship. Help him out, sure. I can keep leeching some more stuff. Thank you. And now we wait. For a while. Okay, not that long. Oh hey, there's a war. A peasant rebellion. It looks like they're winning. The Knights Templar has been founded. How are the Byzantines doing? They should be at war. No, I guess they're not. I guess they should have been a war to invade the Byzantine Empire at the beginning of the game, but I guess they won it. Lucky for them. Which I think historically, the war that conquers this part of Anatolia, which is what was supposed to happen, is what triggered the Byzantines to call the Pope to ask for help, which triggered him to call for a crusade. Give me a second, the dog wants out. Go doggy, go. Okay. Anyway. Oh wait. Our scheme is almost done. Ins and outs. As we trudge down the road, the building halves into view. The battered sign reads, "The Lazy Princess Inn." No luck here tonight. We barely got a room for our current lodgers, let alone anyone new. And especially not you ragtag types. Bribe them. Hey, it worked. A small health boost and less stress. No, my wife has consumption. Treat them, please. Hey, we got the building up. Thank you. I know where we are. Or not. Next contract. We can go down here to restore order. Fight corruption. We can travel, maybe. Try to make our way to the Byzantines. Where do you want to go? You want to go back to Poland? No, thank you. Maybe the city will have something for us. Intrigue, learning. I guess we can go for some intrigue contracts. Oh, forget claims. The Count is the rightful owner of Bodrog. He has simply misplaced the proof. Recover the aged rights, and you will be rewarded with undying gratitude. Okay. There's two of those. Hey, the capital of Hungary changed. It moved places. I guess they got a new king who's 19 years old. And likes to spend money. Huh. My camp is honored with a visit from the suffragan Bishop Geno of Komaram. Salutation, leader. You seem to be a perceptive man, since you've sussed out what exactly we're about in secret. You see, Count Guteklen Beni of Bodrog is a usurper. I know that. Count Boknang knows that, and you know that. Let's say you happen to find proof of my liege ancestral claims. Will you let everybody know the truth? Sure. Let's forge an ancestral claim. As the camp leader, when two of my noble followers wish to wed, it's my right to have the last word. My priest wants to marry Bjorg, who lost their husband. Alright, sure. Is there a claim county on count of what's its face? Okay, pause for a second. I'm having some trouble selecting this. The county? Yes. Let's be fast. It seems to not be working very well. Complete the generate claim scheme, which I don't think we can do. So we're kind of screwed. Abandon. Yeah. How about this one? Okay, well, we're already traveling, so give it a second. Land of milk and fish. As I get up in the early morning, I cannot help but letting out a loud yawn. Stretching, I make my way out to the tent to see that people are already moving. Miss Ingeborg is heading off with what looks like a makeshift fishing rod through all the noise and bustle of camp. Where are you off to? She responds with a nonchalant shrug. It's a nice day for fishing. Sure. Make friends with our wife. There's also the Cape Stooge, aka the Laughing Stock. I don't want to do some scholarly work. Oh, wait. He also wants to pay me for making a claim. Let's see if this time it's gonna work. So I can keep leeching off of people. Give me money, please. Never mind, he won't give me money. He won't give me anything, never mind. The high altitude and brisk air of Estegsgrom has a very refreshing quality as we traverse the local hill fort. The soldiers in the valley below appear to be practicing some rare type of training technique I haven't seen before. I move in closer, fighting to restrain my curiosity. While doing so, I'm approached by the local captain, Sophia. Would you like to join in, my lord? Sure. Became reckless. Alright. Doesn't sound that good. Okay, so can we do this one instead? Please. Nah, it seems like we can't really make those claims contract. Also, my wife is pregnant again. Yay. Whatever. Let's abandon these contracts. We'll just manually move into the Byzantines' place. Whatever happened to Bulgaria? Wait a second. Oh wait, it's already conquered. Wait, did it get conquered or did it start like that? I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh well. Let's move all the way down here. Can we get like a famous location? The Church of Saint Sophia. We can try that. Sure. Nah, it's a bit far though. It's a bit far. Ugh, born of desperation. At first, it's just a few gaunt Hungarian peasants we see. They appear in the distance or peeking around little features of the terrain, fleeing from when we notice them. Hours pass, the skilless locals eyeing us from afar all the while. Is that a zombie? What is that? Just they seem to have finally backed off. A cry goes up, and the frenzied horde surges from the cover of a ridge. Wild and emaciated, they look fragile, in the early stage of starvation, no doubt. They were so weak they could not rob many of our provisions before being driven off. Calm them. Yeah, it worked. Boo, boo, boo. We'll just sneak in a little bit inside the Byzantines' place and try to make it for the capital, Constantinople. The corridors of power. The food at Count Urga's of Ursula's residence is excellent, of course, a far cry from the usual rough and ready fare I'm used to. I'm very glad you could answer my summons, Urga said. I'd like to see if there's anything we can do to help one another. After all, there are certain times that the man of my stature can't quite get down the muck as certain jobs require. Money. Thank you. It looks like there's a local peasant revolt. It happens. Usually, the Byzantines were plagued, as all true Romans are, were plagued by civil wars, and often peasant revolts. Hired mercenaries. You want me to join your war in Khazaria? No, thank you. Negotiate or joining wars. I'm curious about Beg Utruk of Kurbad's Kipshap's offer. Or a few gold coins not enough to risk the lives of my brave followers. A chance for war. Settle in the nomadic camp. I can become one of his vassals. Like an official alliance. Like my patron. I don't want to join, no thank you. Okay, give me a second. Okay, it's been a second. I gotta blow my nose. Okay, give me 2 seconds, maybe. Okay, so we're inside the Byzantine Empire now, who are the eastern half of the ancient Roman Empire from 1,000 years ago. Well, to 600 years ago, excuse me. What do they have over there? Low legitimacy. He's about to die. His heir is his co-emperor. Oh god, they already got a co-emperor going, huh? Who's an awful governor. Craven, lazy, and arbitrary. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna get a civil war. Interesting thing about the Byzantines, first of all, just like with the... It's a bit like the Holy Roman Empire where they have elections, but it's not exactly like that. Instead, now they have influence. And whenever an emperor dies, there's like a bit of a... simulated. There's like a bit of a power struggle. And whoever has the most invested into the succession can gain the upper hand. So if you want your heir to pass... to get the throne when you die, you gotta invest in them. Make them the co-emperor, give them some titles, give them some influence. Second thing, lots of civil wars, all the time, always. Because when somebody loses the election that they invested a lot of points into, they don't get happy about it. And, you know, they can use their local governorship, their team's troops, to attack for the throne. Anyway, hunt criminals, civil boundary dispute, escort emissary. Do you want to go towards the Byzantines' place? No, you want to go to Croatia. No, thank you. Let's go and hunt some bandits. Up. Oh god, we're gonna travel all over Hungary. Never mind. It's fine. We can lose 25 fame. Go back. Go back home. Stop the voyage. Stop the travel. No. Stop it. Go home. Hey, you became a better diplomat. Give me stats for higher fame. So now we just get better stats, basically. Oh, a Wanderer lifestyle point. Let's see. We can get some less danger in the designated terrain. We can have more supplies. We can have more provisions. Sure. And be faster. What about the civil boundary dispute contract? 25 bucks. No, thank you. Let's move. Let's keep moving. Let's make it to Sophia, the Church of the Saint Sophia, was it? Yeah. We have to pass through a lot of hills. So we need some hill gear. And there's still danger because there's currently wars raging. So I'm gonna purchase... mercenaries? Mercenaries. Also, we should try and learn Greek. Hey, you. Teach me Greek. I can't. We should try and learn Greek while we're here. So we're gonna be settling in here for a bit. Contracts available. The interesting thing about the Byzantine system is that the people had, I think the people of Constantinople had a lot of power because since Constantinople is really strongly defended by the Theodosian walls, if the current emperor was unpopular with the people, they could find themselves to have their gates open to their enemies. So they often had to play, you know, do some horse racing, some bread and circuses type situation stuff to appease the peasants, so they wouldn't betray them to their enemies whenever the current civil war was going against them. Whatever, you guys can work. I don't care. Yeah, lots of wars going on. Oh, the Emperor is here. What are they fighting? Norbert the Fox of Apulia and the Apulian conquest of the Tuma of Dyrrhachion. Which is this bit over here? Where's Dyrrhachion? Oh, this bit over there. They're trying to invade the Byzantines. We have another son, which we can also educate ourselves. How's my first son? 1 year old. Okay. And we moved. contracts available. Let's see. Settle dispute, regale court, or move around. Let's go and settle a dispute, I guess, with the local mayor. As our camp becomes more famous and we get better, more contracts done, we can. Oh wait, I hired somebody else again. Dang it, I didn't. That was a waste of money. We will get contracts from better people, more famous people. So, for example, the Emperor could give us a contract for lots of money. Let's try and resolve this. Success. That was easy. Give me some money, please. Thank you. Okay, let's make our way down here. Do some more diplomacy stuff. Oh, there's a learning challenge over there. And they're fighting. Don't care. Lure of language. Ruling the multicultural Alcatraz Drape, my camp, comes with its own set of challenges. Foreign followers often feel alienated when they cannot speak their native tongue in camp, breeding resentment. My knight suggests that we could significantly improve relations with Ashkenazi followers by learning to speak their language. No, thank you. Okay, pause. What's that contract over there? Solicit charity. Maybe no one amongst you. The mayor of Kisevo offers orthodox patronage to those pious, cultured, and learned that deserve it. Inquire the palace. Let's try. He has a 1,000 supplies to give. Stop hiring mercenaries. Asking for alms. They're talking our way in to see the mayor. Thankfully proves surprisingly easy, with just a hint of an enticing mystery about our purpose to grease the wheels. Once within an audience, our purpose becomes clearly fairly quickly. As learned explorers, we depend on the largest of enlightened rulers to keep doing our good works, and so the mayor reluctantly agrees to let us stay for a time. But that's all for now. Okay, so we're begging. Beg from the mayor. Alright. Oh god, there's more peasant revolts. The Duke is down there. The Duke of Apulia. Which used to be, not too long ago, used to be Greek territory. Which I guess is where the Sicilian culture came from. We don't have long to wait. They'll be done soon. It looks like the Duke has more troops than the Emperor does. Weirdly enough. Don't know how that happened. He has some Varangian guards. He has a lot of levies. Well, the thing about the Emperor's troops... Oh no, they suck. I was gonna say they don't have many levies, but no, they do. So they should be able to win this. They just disembarked from the Navy ship, which means they have a giant debuff in this battle. Yeah. The Byzantines will win this out, I think. Okay, let's beg. Success. Our stay with the mayor is ultimately very fruitful. Sustained charms and scholarly wiles slowly drop the mayor's suspicion, luring him into the state of enticed interest, and then the gifts of patronage truly starts to follow. A bountiful endeavor, to be sure, but this goodwill won't last forever, so naturally we'll depart before overstaying our welcome. Starving soldiers. I figure stumble into the camp, dirty and tired, clearly in need of a square meal. His name is Ivan, a Bulgarian. There are more like me, he gestures off into the distance. All of us left to rot after every petty conflict ends. Our sword arms work as well as ever, but our lot is to wander and starve. We're the only ones left who won't rob the vulnerable for food and valuables. I can have some men-at-arms. We can become my knight. Sure. Okay. Let's regale a court. From the two marshes of Thessaloniki, basically a count. Strategoses, aka governors, are appointed, but I'm not sure about the county level. I think those are hereditary. Let me check. Yeah, no. They're like a hereditary ruler, I guess. Or like a mayor. Whatever the case, they're not very important in the realm. They have 20 soldiers. 20 guys. But, we'll take the contract. Don't hire the mercenary guards, please. Thank you. Cloud Fair. Food. Nature. I died. He ate some poisonous plants by mistake. A man of pleasant disposition, he will be remembered for his benevolent rule. Now we're bringing this a 2-year-old son. Whoops. Oh well. I can't really do much, can I? Well, thankfully, because we're not... Because we aren't a ruler, we don't have a... We don't have someone taking over our stead, even though I think we should probably have that happen. You, educate me. You kinda hate my guts. Because... Okay. Well... Let's keep working. As a baby. Keep it up. I'm a 1-year-old? I'm a 2-year-old, excuse you. 2 years old. It's gonna go on for. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be a baby adventurer. But, oh well. I have good followers still, so we can still do these contracts. But it will take longer still. Oh well. Okay, the downside is we don't have any fame or prestige yet left. We can choose a focus on my education. I guess we should go for intrigue for now. Once we get to 3 years old, I think we get a personality trait, which means it'll decide where we go in our education. Well, baby time. Tell us of our stories, O wise traveler. You want to come with us? You're pretty good. Yes, come with us. Also, can I learn Greek while I'm here, while I'm a baby? Quick, learn Greek. Swedish, Polish, Bulgarian. Dang it. Oh well. What if I gained? Ah, we have the map of Norway still. Give us a minor stat boost. Wow, we have 8. Ah, because we have a good second, we're getting some stat boosts. You. Well, that's good. That's 5 in everything. Nice. Well, now we wait. Not much to do, really. We're trying to become a famous baby. The advantage of being a young character is that by the time we reach 20 years old, we get the same stats as somebody who would be 40 years old. The same prestige and faith and stuff. So we can scale very high in our old age, whereas somebody who would be like 30 years old when you begin with won't last as long. The downside is everybody hates your guts and is trying to kill you when you're a child. And wants to take your place. So yeah. Should have eaten those poison plants. I remember that. But it does mean that we have more time now to try and integrate into the Byzantine system. We'll see how it works out. Ins and outs. Acquire... Arrangement... Meh, we're fine. We don't have any skills anyway, so we won't be passing these skill checks. Yeah, it's gonna take a while before we can do contracts again, but we can manage. We can manage. The downside is now that we have to explore. If I want to do the decision that lets me write a famous book, I need to visit a bunch of places again. Every 12 visit point of interest of the city will increase the rewards to make a special book. More travels. Diplomatic ways. Whatever. Distant shores and far-off climes. The Greeks, like Tormashes Enochios, a proud Swedish man, like myself, is a curious foreign oddity, perhaps even something of a rare treat. I have shitty... Oh, wait, we have still a good diplomacy, apparently. Worked out. They the Swedish a little bit more. Yay. Oh, we have some contracts from the Duke of Apulia to fight corruption in his realm. More starving soldiers coming in. Sure. You can be hired. It can't hurt to have more people, unless they start killing each other, in which case it will hurt. Anyway. We have a long way to go before we can integrate into the Byzantine Empire, but once that's done, we can play around a little bit with the administrative government. Then we can make our way to the steppes, become a steppes nomadic lifestyle. Oh, my guardian Melanie tells me I should play with the other children, but they are so noisy I have to be quiet so I can hear my thoughts. Which means I'm inclined for stewardship or learning. Let's go with learning. Learning, please. Boop. Who can be a scholar? The advantage of learning is that you can get some decent health, so your character can last longer, and you can do some religious reforms, basically. Meh. Lasting longer is always good. It means you have more time to get more stuff. And I think it's better than stewardship, because as an adventurer type, or as a government person, I mean, stewardship is good, but it's not that good. It's better when you have your own lands you can develop, I think. Means to an end. I sit by my pavilion, letting the sounds and smells of a camp wash over me. It's different from life within the safe walls of a palace. Still very different. The freedom is easy to enjoy. No obligations, no counselors yapping, no dignitaries to entertain, none of the downsides of the trappings of power. Yet these freedoms are dearly purchased. The constant scrappings for survival wears thin. Increasingly every night I yearn for a proper bed. Lust for land. This modifier has the cost of the adventure invasion. Or I can become a bit of a traveler, or I can be a flexible leader. Sure. Hey, it worked out. We're 3 years old and we're already getting traits. Yay. How's it going over here? You are losing against a Shaddam, the Kesserid Shaddam, which is somebody inside. Oh god. You're losing against... Oh, he's evading Georgia. Okay, a random duke inside the Seljuks. Shaddam? Sultanate, whatever. He's invading Georgia and he's trying to defend them, but he's losing. And also... the Cumans are invading Crimea. Huh. Which is part of the Empire this time around. Alright then. And they're losing all these wars. Oh, and there's a new Emperor now on the throne. And everybody hates his guts. So I think we can see some... We can expect some civil wars up ahead. No, we're almost done. That took a while. Oh well. It's fine, there's more time for my character to grow up. Let's see. Of those I've chosen to involve in the little contract, Melanie is probably not the absolute most skilled. But she's clearly applying herself, determined to not let my effort go to waste. Would you be improving your skill in the matters of diplomacy? Sure. Okay, we should have enough success chance now. 87%. Yeah, it worked. How long until we become distinguished? 1000 fame. Meh. That'll happen eventually. I can ask for a request. Looks like he can't make me into a ruler of the Byzantines. Let's go for another contract. This place is super dangerous. It's all mountainsides. That should help. Not really. It didn't help that much. It's because this place is at war. Just do our best. Bearing the mayor's name. Let's be fast. I think just speed in your contracts is just better. Aches and pains. I find myself making much noises when I sit down at the campfire in the evening. The elders always talk about how that happens when you get older, but I'm only 3. Such is the wear of a life lived rough. I can see the toll it takes on the others too. Kena winces a bit as she swims down next to me. How am I? I think it's going well. Hopefully. Apart from the fact that we're 3 years old. You can go to an inn, get some health boosts. Upgrade your pavilion. Sure. Hey, level 3 pavilion. Can make more buildings now. How about the barbarous tents were resistant against plagues? Yay. How do I like CK3? It's pretty fun. I do like it. I do remember in the olden days when the game didn't have many expansions, I tried I tried to get all the achievements, so that was fun, but I wonder if I did that while there was all these DLCs active, how it would have played out. Meh. I guess we'll never know. Anyway, we'll just have to wait for a while now. And worm our way into the Byzantines' place. One contract at a time. And I do think we need like a gajillion bucks for that, so... yeah. You have met a woman you want to marry. Oh, no, you met a guy who you want to marry. Wait, no. Yeah, no, you want to... yeah, okay, let's see. Money, sure. You try and play it and see how it is since it's the free weekend. Yes! Oh, give me a second, the dog wants out. Oh, doggy, go. I mean, when I first played the game, on release day, since it's the free weekend, I'm gonna guess it doesn't have any of the DLCs active. So as long as you play in Europe, you know, as long as you play in around this region, it should be like the default experience. But if you head on over to Asia or Asia, or the Byzantines, or the Steppes, or the Vikings. Without all the DLCs active, I'm not sure. Well, actually, you know what? The Vikings should still be Viking-y, even without any of the DLCs. I'm not sure how the experience would be. But hopefully it's still fun. Anyway, you. Give me money, please. Yes, it worked. Huzzah. We can leech from him. Give me money. You won't accept? You won't accept. What about money? You still won't accept. Not even for $7. Okay, let's make our way to Constantinople, maybe. Maybe we'll get better contracts that way. Oh god. People hate their rulers around here, so it's gonna be dangerous. I'm gonna hire some mercenaries. Thank you, that should help. Constantinople. Hopefully we can get some better contracts. 2 DLCs for the council and such. Wait, aren't there like only cosmetic from the DLCs and such? No. Well, depends. Some are. I don't have any of the cosmetic DLCs enabled, but there are some DLCs that have like, for example, the Byzantines have a whole other government type, which isn't feudal. Like here they have an administrative realm, which I don't know if it's included without the DLC, but it has a bunch of stuff. I know China over there, it's not feudal. It has the celestial government type. Korea over here has the meritocratic. Japan has the special Japanese government. The Seljuks have the special, well, the The clan governments have special interactions because of reasons. Iberia is a special region because of the DLC, which has special. Everywhere is special with the DLCs. They have a lot of special mechanics to make their places more stand out more. So Iberia is currently has the Reconquista struggle. The Vikings get a bunch of stuff. The Byzantines get a bunch of stuff. The Middle East get a bunch of stuff. Obviously, the new DLC for East Asia gets a bunch of stuff. For like all of this corner here. The steppes, there's a bunch of... There's the DLC for the steppes. But, by default, if you play in Western Europe, should be fine. CK2 was better than CK3. I mean, I guess if you have $1,000 to pay in DLCs, that could be true. I guess it's better for 10 times the price. Or 100 times the price, I'm not sure. 3 times the price? I don't know. It definitely has more things, for sure. Like trading or Republican governments. Okay. Oh. My 4-year-old? Are you 4 yet? Yeah, you're a 4-year-old. My 4-year-old is on a donkey. Or is it a pony? Scouting out ahead of the camp, I come across a ramshackle collection of traders. They are gathered around some large but old and ruined buildings. The remaining ones in good condition, having been occupied by merchants. Their wares are fairly standard, food mostly being on a well-traveled road that would no doubt attract many purchasers. Yet my eyes drawn inexorably towards the grey, pock-marked walls of our ruins. So magnificent as they are, the merchants occupy merely their outskirts, but the dilapidated heart remains untouched. Old Roman ruins? Secret is pretty interesting. I like it too. Discover a weapon, a small trinket, or nothing. Dang it, nothing. Dang it! Not even a clay bowl? Oh well. Okay, we're in Constantinople. Visit the Hagia Sophia. Got some experience. Visit Byzantium. More experience. Lots of experience for visiting Constantinople. And some contracts. What do we have? Over here. Raised building. Confidence trickster. Escort emissary. They're not... I need some high-ranking officials to do contracts for so they can introduce me to the system of the Byzantines. Oh well. Let's just keep making... Oh wait. He pays me treasury. What is that? In certain administrative governments, treasury represents assets that may only be used for the governmental purpose. Encounter your personal gold. He's gonna be paying me treasury. So not his own personal gold, but his position's treasury. Right. I mean, that's just gold in my pocket. Doesn't really matter for us. It'd be good to learn right now before we have to interact with that. Let's go and raise this building. Yeah, we need to be more famous and a better adventurer so we can get higher prestige contracts. Let's see, this will take not too long. Even if we fail, there's still time passing as my character gets better. My baby. My 4-year-old. Huh. Well, now we wait. Not much to do, really. Should I try to... I think I'm gonna try to avoid spending too much on our camp. Because when we become part of the Byzantines, we're gonna have to transfer everything into our estates. And we won't get a full... We won't get a full refund of all the money we spend upgrading our camp. Unless we plan on dying. What is that? That's a castle, isn't it? Yeah. Any new wonders around here? I know Constantinople has the Hagia Sophia, the Theodosian walls. Wow, plus $10 per month. That's nice. Does Rome have anything? Anything new? Rome. Colosseum, the Aurelian walls. Oh, look at that. Those don't give you plus $10 a month. But they give you better development. Oh, speaking of development, let's look at the development in Asia. Let me see. Map. Titles. Relationships. Development. Ooh, God. Oh, the Byzantines got wrecked. I know they used to have very high development. being the heirs of Rome, but now only Constantinople has development. As you can see, Italy is more developed than most of the Byzantines. The steppes is barren wastelands. And China has lots of hotspots of development. At least 2 of them, at least. Neat. And Japan is meh. Alright. It's pretty meh across the board. Success! Hey, it worked. We got paid. Oh, we're getting some income from the barber's tent. Ooh, maybe we can upgrade that. More free money. You, give me money. Actually, no, give me marriage? No. Provisions? No. Money. Near the land. None of my camp are intimately familiar with the terrain and Radistos, and such lands are not to be trifled with. It is for this reason that I find myself standing in front of the local guide. You can hire them. They're Greek! Hired! Teach me Greek. Can I do that? No. Well, not yet anyway. Later. Performing a play. People of Adrianopolis are organizing a play that imitates old heroic tales. Alright. Let's go in the play. A rule of the making. There is no end to the opinions and wants of my brother. All the time he's trying to tell me what to do, instead of the other way around. I'll see. He can be a good fighter. Boop. Fighter or steward. The market square in Adrianopolis is busier than ever, with a troop of singers doing preparations. A wooden sword, while the children leans over the die, making a disgusted face. Eustathios, that's enough. Who? The son of the local ruler. Urged him to return to his side. I told you I would find a real hero for the play, and look who just turned up. Philippos looks directly at me. An easy windfall, wouldn't you say? You just need to impress these peasants. I mean, I can try. I'm literally 4 years old. Soon to be 5. Child actors. Let's go. Another play we have to perform over there. We have decent diplomacy. Kind of. Maybe. Oh! The Emperor's at war. Defending against Strategiticia. War against the tyranny of the Emperor. Okay, so there's some local rebellion. He only has 3,000 troops. Weak. Weak sauce. If I check out the HRE, he has, 4,000 troops. Okay, maybe not. France, 4,000 troops. England, almost 10,000 troops. Mostly from mercenaries. Are you guys still fighting over there, by the way? William became the conqueror of England. And he's conquering over Scotland, too. Alright. Oh, the Byzantines looks like they're at war over there. No, you're the one rebelling. That's fine. Anything else that happened in the world? I can note. Oh, look at the table! Is that supposed to be a Viking themed table? I think it is. So we're Swedish and... Oh wait, no. That's supposed to be an Asian style table. Weird. I mean, I know that's where I'm going, but kind of spoiled that game. Ooh, I wonder, if I become a Greek, can I become an adventurer still? Let's see. Roman ceremonies, you can have a triumph, chariot racing. If you're the emperor, you can get born in the purple. Administrative emperors may turn into Dumbrit, aka co-emperors. Imperial Tagmata, which is the Imperial Army. Frontier administration governorships may borrow the title men-at-arms of neighbors. Palace politics. You can have the Varangian Guard. There's a special court position. Oh, what? Pause? What the? We just saw the contract. Because he lost his lands. That's why. Alright then. Never mind. That's done. No money for us. Let's go to display instead. Okay, let's go back to the Greek culture. Unfamiliar rations. Blend with herbs from the Swedish culture regime. Blend with herbs from Swedish cuisine. Give it a try. Dang it, we don't like Greek food. Let me see, palace politics. We can blind prisoners, castrate prisoners, eunuchs, gain additional skill. We can use a castrate kid interaction. Ambitious and more common. Physically disfigured and infertile claimants cannot press their claims against rulers of this culture. Okay. Cultivated sophistication. Convert to local culture decisions causes stress gain and is avoided by rulers, so they won't convert to other cultures apart from Greek. Other culture rulers are more likely to hybridize with this culture. Gain development group in realm capital when you construct an organized building in the same county. Okay. So we won't have any special adventurer culture, so this we'll have to stay Swedish, I think. If we want to enter this place, do some stuff and then leave again. Perform in a play. Yeah, sure. Same as before. But this time we won't get distracted. I think. I wonder, maybe you can still become an adventurer if you're just a random bureaucrat. Maybe. Maybe. If I wanted to become an adventurer and I have to switch culture to do it, which one would I be able to do it with? Bulgarian? No. Albanian? No. Maybe. Yes. Okay, so if I need an emergency exit out of being a Byzantine, I can convert to being an Albanian and get out of here. Okay, so we can convert to Greek. Sure. Won't be an issue. I think. Maybe. Are we 5 years old yet? Yay, 5 years old. Almost 6 years old. Also, my voice hurts because we've been talking too much. Okay, let's speed up a bit. We'll do a couple of contracts and we'll stop there for today. Tomorrow we'll try and convert into being part of the Byzantine Empire. We just need to become a more famous adventurer, basically. You're not doing good. Can I get a better courtier here? No is the answer. Fuck them. But he hates my guts too. Amazing. Because of our religion. We'll be fine. Just have to wait a while. 6 years old. I think we're getting better stats, maybe. Kind of. You know what we didn't get? A special trait. Oh wait, no, that's because our mother, who had the special trait, died, and we got another one. Yeah, okay, never mind. We didn't get an inherited trait, so whatever. It didn't work out. That's... Okay, I think we can execute a scheme next month. A couple of years to play that, to perform that play, but that happens. Okay. Success. Yay. A day so a ferocious boar. The drums grow louder as I make my way through the stage, trying to remember every play that I've ever watched. With my weapons lifted above my head, I attack the colorful puppet. The head rolls off the stage and the audience erupts into loud cheering. Chivalric play. Oh, though he gets that, I don't. Oh well. We can travel a bit. Where do you want to go? I want to go to Hungary, basically. No thank you. Let's go to Constantinople and try and find another contract. Ooh, the Emperor's not looking so good. Though he is winning his war against... Oh, minus 500 treasury. Ugh. Doesn't look good. Anyway. I can't visit the castle because I must be an adult. Okay. In which case, we have to travel a bit to get better contracts. Let's go near the border. We can have a special location over here. The Sicilian Gates. Sure. Go over here, please. Oh, mercenaries. Croatia. And you're losing that war. Because a Byzantine strategos is invading you. No, thank you. Let's instead keep moving. Move that camp. I think it was over here, Sicilia. It was over here. Dang it. Again, move. Okay, it was... Not Sicilia, this one. Yeah, we got it. Let me hire some mercenaries because these roads are dangerous. Okay. A lot of troop movements. Not a good sign. I guess we can, you know what, we can do a bit of a... We can go around the Seljuk, the Fatimids, and then go back to into Italy and back inside the Byzantines. We can do like a loop. Maybe. Hey, some contracts. Improve ruler reputation. Sure. But don't hire mercenaries, though. Bettering the Archon's name. Ooh. There's no secret that the Archon Theodoros' reputation is in all that blah 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 blah. Get that scheme going, please. Oh, invite agents. Thank you. Ooh, it'll be a pretty powerful one. Yeah, we're getting better stats. Look at that, better base stats. We're at 4 now. 2, 4. Neat. Hey, we're 7 years old now. Yay. Okay. You know, we can wait a bit. Get a bit of a bonus to our scheme. Go. Success. How's that? Next. Hunt criminals. Wow, we have 10 prowess. Huh. Deal. Let's get him. Bring me his head. And we first meet Guillermo the Depraved in the lush farmlands of Sicilia. Alcatraz drape spreads out towards and around his own little band of ne'er-do-wells, all of us tense, ready for bloodshed. Ah, is this everyone you brought? Excellent. A bit of fine sport at long last. We have troops. Oh, we need more troops. We don't have enough troops. We're trying to recruit them. Ambush. Cut them down. Ambush. Didn't work. Okay then. We'll try. We'll keep trying. Let's see. Ambush again. Nope. I guess we're gonna be losing this contract then. Ambush. Nope. It failed. Oh well. That happens. Do a passage of arms. I mean, we're not very good at martials, but I'll try. The bridge of Germa remains unprotected. A show of force is necessary to keep bandits away. The Archon shall reward whoever dissuades them. I'll try. Let's go. Me, the 7-year-old. Performing a play. Wonderful morning we have here. A perfect chance to show those ruffians the value of a true knight. Right. Let's be fast. Hey, we have a decent chance. Even though we don't have good martial skills. Also, everybody hates my guts. Because of our religion. Bound by faith. Oops. Yeah, they hate my guts. Guess it happens. Corridors of Power. The food at Archon Theodorus of Germa's residence in Germa is excellent, of course. A far cry from the usual rough and ready, blah 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 blah. Sure. Money me, please. Okay, we can try this 65% chance. Success. Yay. Hey, we have another one of those. Protect the innocent. Then we're doing lots of martial contracts. Also, we're almost famous. I mean, a bit more famous. Let's be fast. Once again, it'll be a 60% chance. Yeah, everybody hates my guts. Buggle my contract. Okay, well, that's personal. Never mind. They personally hate me specifically. I mean, who gives a contract to a child and expects it to go well? Excuse me, an 8-year-old? We're getting older. The Nizari clergy has proclaimed Imam Abu Mansur al-Nizar as the head of faith. So they... Oh, in Egypt they have a new religion. This one? No. Which one was that? I don't even see that religion. Oh well, never mind. Contract. It worked. What's that? Okay, where do you want me to go over here? To the Persian Empire. Right. Let's move to Persia. Oh my god, that's far. I'm hiring mercenaries for that. Okay, there's still a bunch of stuff that hates me because it's dry. Arid exploration. Dangerous one. Dangerous one. Let's go to Persia. And we'll stop once we get in there. Next stream we'll try and spend a lot of time getting our character to be better, Demetrius. Hopefully we'll travel all around the place, and once we come back again to the the Byzantines are fracturing, it's just like. Oh, they have a civil war for the claim to the Byzantine Empire. Once we come back, hopefully, because we'll be a better adventurer, we'll get better contracts, and because we'll get better contracts with more powerful people, we can get introduced to the system and get paid more too, while we're at it. I don't remember how the contracts scale. Let me see if I can I check over here? Find more transport contracts. I'm not sure. Not sure how you get better contracts specifically, but I know that as our character gets better, more famous, I think, or more competent. I don't know. We'll get better contracts eventually. Eventually. If the Sultan himself can give me a contract, then the Emperor, the Vasilev. That's how you're supposed to pronounce that, I think. I don't know. My Greek is not so good. We've been escorted. Hey, we can make him more famous. Yay. Got paid. Empty crates. I gaze down steadily at my meal. A barely ripe apple stands out as the most appealing of their fare. There's no shortage of food at camp, but the variety is lacking. Wilting vegetables we have plenty of, but I could really do with some prime meat. Helia sleep at his feet, bow in hand, ready for a quiver. I've had enough of this. These may be Sultan Al-Muzam al-Aslan's land, but I'm sure we can spare the merest strings of their fat. Sure. It worked out. Ooh. Protect heritage. By the local count. Artifact delivery. Yeah, no, we have to do this off next stream, I think. Get more experience being an adventurer. And hopefully get better contracts as a consequence. And eventually, once we get big players in the Byzantine Empire giving me contracts, we can use our influence and favors to have them make me part of the system. That's the plan anyway. So, see you guys next time. Bye.